Afternoon will be in the upper 60s to low 70s. A decrease in the clouds, a slight chance of a shower across the south tonight. Overnight low mid 40s north, low 50s south. Thursday, a little bit more cloud cover sneaks in, highs into the upper 60s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by COP CDL Academy. Want a life-changing career? Give them a call today at 479-632-1050 or check them out online at copcdlacademy.com.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, you're listening to ESPN 95.3. ERX Paris Fort Smith. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that doesn't respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studios.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Why can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
Both said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my hot dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
They were one Razorback.
Is vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Morning, everybody. Welcome in. Halftime, 11:01 on a Wednesday. It is a beautiful day in Fayetteville here at Paul Walker Stadium, where I'm in the home radio booth. We're going to have baseball today. That's not going to be a problem at all. One game against Northwestern State instead of a two-game series. These last non-conference games have been shortened to a one last non-conference game. And I'm thinking about, so I watched a little bit of the Ole Miss Mississippi State Governor's Cup game last night. You know, since I wasn't calling an Arkansas game, I had a chance to watch another baseball game a little bit. They played in the old AA ballpark in Pearl, Mississippi, which is now occupied by an independent team called the Mississippi Mud Monsters. And there was a play at second base in which one of the top outfielders for Ole Miss, no, it was the infielder, first baseman Will Furness. It looked like he either tripped himself up or something tripped him up on all artificial surface, because I think they've changed up the field there so that they don't have to, have any sort of upkeep like you have here at Paul Walker Stadium with a real natural surface. And Furness is a big guy. He's like 6'3", 235. He didn't run all that well. And you think, well, there was a sniper that, bit him somehow. But it looked like the field actually tripped him up. And as he crawled into second base and was tagged out, Mike Bianco later comes out, and he looked like he was hurt. I don't know what the situation is, if he'll be ready for this weekend series. And Bianco grabs a slab of the surface. Let it come undone right there by second base, which used to be dirt, but now it's not dirt. And then I'm over here at Baum Walker where you could tell there was a little hole in the tarp. There's a spot in front of first base. That's fine today, but yesterday they really had to work on it. And it looked like you might not even be able to play because of, a real soggy spot in front of first base. But at least there's real turf. At least there's real turf. Matt, I thought of you yesterday. Good morning to you, Matt Jones.
Hey.
I thought of you because more than anybody I've ever been around in my life, you are anti-artificial turf.
That's true.
Your favorite sport that's coming here to the United States for the FIFA World Cup won't even allow those guys to play on artificial surfaces. They're going to be bringing in grass to put on artificial surfaces to have a grass field. The first guy I thought of was you. You play on a field where you could literally pull up a chunk of the artificial turf.
It's a safety issue, and you see how the rules have changed to protect players, especially you see it in basketball and football, and then it doesn't make any sense to me that the owners and people that are paying these athletes this amount of money, because the science is out there. The fact, the old saying, facts don't care about your feelings. The facts are out there. Playing on grass is easier on your joints and your body than playing on that artificial turf.
Yeah, facts aren't easier. Facts don't care about your feelings, but maybe the artificial turf would care about care about what it can do to your joints.
You should have seen. So I on last Saturday I went to see my nephew play baseball, 11 and under, and they're playing on artificial turf. And when they tried to slide, and bless their hearts, but it looked brutal. There was no sliding at all. It was just like, oh, like carpet burn. Oh, you're like, oh my goodness.
Oh, that's just absolutely awful to think about. Yeah, I played on one artificial surface. I just had a high school career, and we got to play at Three Rivers Stadium once. The home of the Pirates, the home of the Steelers. It's really cool, right? It was actually probably one of the worst surfaces we played on. I don't know if it was new that year, whatever it was. It was real spongy, but you didn't want to slide. It was all right sliding in the pits because it's all dirt pits. But, man, you didn't want to dive after any ball on the infield because there wasn't dirt there. It really was. It was carpet. At least it's not carpet right now, but chunks of it coming up. Look kind of ugly as Ole Miss was defeated by Mississippi State yesterday before they come in for this series that starts on Friday, in which the Hogs won't get the two-game lead up to it. But I think today's game ought to be pretty important to see if there's a right-handed pitcher that can step in and really just go win a game. More than anything, I think, just go win a baseball game because you're playing an Ole Miss team that's been playing very well in the SEC of late. Matt, it is great to be with you today, man. How did Champions League go when I left the home studio yesterday?
Oh, bro, if there was ever a game. So we've only watched, maybe 2-3 soccer games ever together. If there was ever a game to watch, that if you're not a fan after watching that, then you'll it's okay to not be a fan of soccer. You'll never be a fan. It was amazing. It was high level talent versus high level talent. Everybody, and it wasn't like people are slipping and falling and then it's just a wide open. No, this was guys that are just extremely talented and being able to make a play, do something right, being on the same page. But 5-4 first leg, so it's really 1-0. They'll go back. They got to go back to Germany. They got to go back to Bayern Munich to play. So, man, and you get another one today. The funny thing is today you get Atletico Madrid and Arsenal. Atletico is like the Baltimore Ravens with Ray Lewis. They're going to try to score zero. They're going to play a different style than what we saw yesterday. And then Arsenal is kind of like Clemson before they won a national championship. They're like you're always going to Clemson.
There's a verb attached to the name.
There's sometime like I'm going to take Atletico over Arsenal, and it's not because I loathe Arsenal. It's just because I like Atletico better.
Who's the most successful team in Champions
Real
League
Madrid.
history? Okay,
they're the Yankees.
Are they still the Yankees now?
Yes.
The Yankees aren't even the Yankees, by the way. They haven't won a World Series since 2008?
Well, so think about this. This is kind of wild. So the best player in the world, Donatello. His name is Kylian Mbappe. He looks like Donatello. He's amazing. He's a comic book character. He played at PSG for the last 5 years and they didn't win. Last year he got traded to Real Madrid. PSG won the Champions League.
Ooh.
So so it's kind of be like if the Yankees traded Jeter and then they won the World Series after trading Jeter.
I'm trying to think about that. That's a hard thing to digest. There was a moment where the Yankees tried to execute a trade for DiMaggio to go to Boston. I think it was going to be a straight up for Ted Williams, but it never got executed.
A-Rod too, right?
Yeah, I think that was a free agent signing. That's right. Anyway, that's just you can't help. I was only asking about the most successful teams in Champions League history, just to wonder about. Do they ever use the term blue blood in Europe? How we do over here. And by the way, blue blood only works in college sports. Nobody calls a professional team a blue blood.
So
it's called a dynasty.
So there's 6 teams in the Premier League. So the 92. It's easy to remember for me because that's when Arkansas came into the SEC. And you have promotion and relegation. We all know that. There are 6 teams, Phil, that have never been relegated since they've changed it to 1992 when they've been in the Premier League. So those are kind of the Power 6, so to speak. Arsenal, Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Chelsea, those teams.
Well, so there's been relegation for blue bloods in college sports that aren't what they really used to be and what they think they still are. And the raging debate about whether or not, kids choose to go play for a school, for the university, And essentially, when you're talking about, well, you want to go play for that school because they're a blue blood, the fans are talking about themselves. Well, they would want to come play for us because we're such a great fan base. I think it may be time to put that to sleep sometime soon, at least in terms of Kentucky, because it doesn't really look like they're from some. Look, I'm sure they'll put together a team that has some kind of halfway decent season. They'll have plenty of money to sift through what's left in the transfer portal and put together a team that might win 8 or 9 league games, maybe 10 if they get lucky, maybe even make it to the new NCAA tournament. Did you see that, Matt? 72 teams getting in, so. It's just opening up for more mediocre teams more than anything else. I don't think it's anything to get all that excited about unless you're the treasurer for certain athletic departments, because this is all just call it the money grab invitational too. But I'm sure they'll put a team together that's good enough to make an NIT or the round of 72 and play in this new opening round with 12 teams, the first 12, which sounds stupid to say.
Well,
but they're not a recruiting powerhouse anymore.
The
kid said no yesterday to them. Tyrann Stokes says no. They have missed on so many recruits. I mean, just looking at some of the numbers here, Matt, of recruit, just the rankings of these recruits that they've missed out on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13, 16, 17, 18, 25, 27, 28, 63. These were all kids that they were in on. This is coming from a tweet from Travis Branham. So these are all recruiting rankings from 247 Sports. That's a lot of misses, including the number 1 player in the new cycle who they've missed on. And Arkansas right now, they haven't gotten everybody they want, Matt, but man, they've got a really upcharged recruiting class coming in, and it still may even get better if Obina Ezeki says yes to Cal.
How much of it do you think, Phil, is – okay, let me ask this. Does Coach Cal know whether or not Billy Richmond and Malik Thomas are coming back or not? Do you think he already knows? Because
have conversations been had, or is this just he's got a real inkling about it?
Do we have room? What I'm saying is, are we signing these guys, or are we going to get this other guy because we know that one or both of them are gone? Or are we signing this guy knowing both of them are coming back? If both of them are coming back, we're gonna be 10 deep, man. This will be there'll be 2 waves to go. It'll be a much deeper team than what we saw last year.
Billy and Malik are in this situation now where they're either in the draft or they're Razorbacks. They don't go into the portal, so there's no other negotiations against other college teams. And don't you figure now, like, the dollar figure is set? This is what we're offering.
Yes.
For you to be a Razorback next year. You go find out what you think you're worth on that NBA market in the draft and see if this works for you. If not, fine. We can spend that money with somebody else. Good luck to you. You're always going to be a Razorback. Mm-hmm. You're always going to be a Cal Razorback. That's what it sounds like, right?
Yeah, I wonder, because I don't think both of them would go, but you look at mock drafts and Malik Thomas is at the end of that first round, and man, sometimes that's enough. If it takes one team, somebody says, "Hey, look, you're there at pick 27. We're going to take you." It's like, well, I'm a first rounder. It's hard to debate, and I get it, because if he comes back and does well, would he be a lottery? I think so. I think he'd be a lottery pick, and I think if he averaged 17, 18 points, takes his team to the Final Four, 100%. But I think it's hard if you think you're 90% sure going to be a first round pick. I think it's tough to come back.
This is amazing, because this was like, you weren't on the show then, but this was 2020. When the draft was pushed all the way back, and the one guy you were like, well, is he coming or is he staying? Is he going? What is it? Was Isaiah Joe. And it was like every day.
Yeah.
Now you got 2 guys. Now you got 2 guys who are projected around the same. Where was Isaiah picked?
That's about what was Isaiah's second round pick? I can't remember.
I think he was. It was early second round.
But he's kind of the same player as Malik Thomas. That's a good comp, because. And who was the guy unit that we were talking about? Was it Mason Jones that went to the Rockets? It's like, yeah, you're thinking about guys that have a high skill set but don't have a 30-inch vertical. I guarantee Malik Thomas doesn't have a 30-inch.
But know how to put the ball through the hoop.
But he's a smart player. Yeah, mm-hmm. that's Isaiah Joe. That's why I listening to some coaches talking and being around my dad being a coach. It's always like, hey, I want the best athletes I can get. but I need smart players too. I don't want a lot of dumb players. You got to be a high level IQ player, and that's what I think Malik Thomas is.
Who would you rather have back out of the two? If you had, if I know both would be amazing, but
I'm gonna take Billy Richmond.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to take. So just to not take the same guy, Matt, I'll take Malik.
Okay. I don't think there's
Either-
a wrong answer.
either or is
I
okay.
want both of them back, but in some of it, I think I'm a little selfish because I think if they both come back, that's a Final Four T written all over it.
So here's the thing, too. It's like now because you've got a 5-star recruiting class of 4 freshmen and maybe a 5th, are you ready to have this conversation about 3 or 4 times over again next year? At least that's what you got to think about right now. Who knows if they're, if they have the kind of seasons like Malik just had, and certainly I wouldn't expect to see anybody have a Darius Acuff type season in a long, long time. But if theirs is as good as we're told, you get to have this conversation again about 4 players next year. Here's what we got on halftime for a Wednesday. Hall of Famer, Emmy Award winner Clay Henry joining us at 12 noon. We'll have him for a couple of hours. I got to get out at 1:30 because we've got 3 o'clock baseball. I'll head down and talk with Dave Van Horn. 2:30 airtime, by the way, for baseball today against the Demons of Northwestern State. A couple of other guests will join us, including Dudley Dawson at 12:30. And in a moment, we'll go to the Lewis Automotive Group hotline and speak with Grant Hall. So that's what we'll do next. Let's take a break. Grant Hall joins us after this.
Lewis Automotive, celebrating over 80 years since 1946. No pressure, no hassle, just
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouse.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappies.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
From sauce to dust to nuggets. Diablo dusted crispy chicken nuggets. No, they don't come in mild. That would make like 0 sense with the name. Or the whole explosion thing we just did. New Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. A brand new classic. Only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge. And when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet.
Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam.
They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Robinson.com. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Find halftime on 99.5 in Northwest Arkansas, 95.3 in Fort Smith and the River Valley, 96.3 in Hot Springs and Central Arkansas, 104.3 in Harrison and Mountain Home, and everywhere on hitthatline.com. Join the conversation. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946. No pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The challenge is over, but the deals aren't. Come take advantage of the thank you event only at Lewis Automotive. Now back to the hosts. Here's Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, Hall of Famer Grant Hall joining us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline here on a beautiful Wednesday. Grant, good morning. How are you?
Doing fine. How about you guys?
I'm good. I'm really happy that I don't have to worry about rain for the remainder of the week. We know there'll be baseball here. So that's the only thing that I'm really worried about at the moment. Anything on your mind right now?
Well, big doings today at the University of Arkansas. I understand that elements of the tennis program have met with the chancellor today and have raised the money already needed to continue this tennis program, which had been funded at about $2.5 million. They've pledged actually $3 million, which would include about $125,000 for each program, men's and women's tennis for NIL money. And so we'll see what happens with that. I think probably it was misestimated over there, the amount of support from alumni, former Arkansas athletes with money. I mean, let's face it, tennis is a kind of a country club sport, right? So a lot of these guys have done really well. I can think. Go ahead.
Who's at fault for this then? Was it a bluff and somebody didn't call somebody's? Because if it's that quick, is this Hunter's fault? Who's at fault for letting this happen then? If it's that easy, so it's a 1-year hiatus and it's gonna come back.
Yeah, I don't know that they understood the passion and for example, after the decision was made, Arkansas made the NCAA tournament, and I don't think they were expecting that either with a 3-14 conference record or something. But they had a good overall record. They got in there, and now they're going to play Cornell on Friday in Fort Worth, and I can well imagine a caravan of cars in support going down there for this team. Like a couple of hundred of them met the other day, and for the watch party, which, by the way, the elements of the media went over there, print and TV, and were told that they couldn't interview anybody. And so, now, I mean, I can tell you that people like Simon Robinson and Greg Fest and Clark Deal and Tim Siegel, and these are names that longtime tennis fans and enthusiasts will remember, have, I think, carried the ball with it. I think former Arkansas tennis coach Tom Pooch, who went on to become an athletic director, is quite interested in it, and who, by the way, I think had members of the Walton family in his tennis camps back in the day. I mean, just think about that for a minute. Think about the opportunity if you could get the Waltons involved in University of Arkansas sports, not just tennis, which I think is a crying need over there in terms of the funding that this entire program needs.
Well, Grant, what it sounded like when the announcement came out, it is not necessarily that the money's not there for tennis. It's just they have to cut money. There is a dollar figure that the athletic department that Hunter Yurachek is on the hook for which are as a combination of new revenues and cuts. And to me, this was just a large chunk of the amount of money that the athletic department had to cut for the university in this agreement that they'd come upon for $15 million that goes towards athletics. And so, you know, I don't know if they wanted tennis anymore, looking at that dollar figure specifically and saying, well, we have to cut something. It's not a matter of we have to fund tennis. It's that we have to cut something. So it's independent of this meeting of the people who still want to keep tennis. They still have to cut funding somehow to something.
Yeah, and it's you may have read about Patrick McEnroe going off on this the other day on Sirius, where he talks about it, not just Arkansas, but Gardner-Webb, I think, is dropping tennis. Other schools have done. They have dropped sports in recent years with the advent of NIL money, big NIL money needed for other things. And so it's a thing that, in other words, it's not just this year. In other words, this $3 million that this group has already come up with will be ongoing. It won't just be this year. But if they can show a plan, hey, we're interested in doing this for the next 10 years, and so it's not going to cost the university money per se. I mean, the golf is kind of in the same boat. You know, the golf program is well funded at Arkansas. You've got the Tyson, you've got the Blessings. I mean, you've got, and I know that golfers are getting some NIL money. Yeah, golfers are, right? So I'm not sure that they understood how much passion there would be on the part of alumni to continue tennis. And really, you know, it's become like an international thing more and more in college. I think all the players, except one maybe, are international. And I don't know if, you know, you guys know what in terms of not having to pay people NIL money, what that means. But I think, like, for example, back when Tom was coaching, a lot of the players were from this country and even from this state, you know, and then he sprinkled in the Australians and guys from New Zealand and different places, South America, to go with that. And so maybe some of that's been lost. But I think there are enough people around here who, and you've seen letters probably about this in the newspaper, letters in support of Robert Cox, what he did in terms of providing tennis rackets and balls and lessons for young kids that couldn't afford it. I mean, these are things that probably nobody even knew about. And so it's not just one program at a university. It's all the things that go with it. And I don't know what's going to come of this, but I know that there's a lot of passion for keeping the tennis program.
Well, and so that maybe was something that wasn't thought about, because the top of the list of what everybody's trying to do is do something to get football right. And you know that people are drawing a direct line to amount of money that's saved by not having a tennis program to, you know, what you can pay a starting left tackle, or you know what you can pay a wide receiver, that's right now what people are worried about in athletic departments. You know, I mean, I think that, and that's why this came across maybe in a heavy-handed approach. It's one large cut to something that nobody really thinks about very much. And truthfully, nobody discusses college tennis very much.
Right, but I would say, too, that these guys I've talked about are all huge Arkansas football fans. They're fans of every sport, and I think they don't want anything else to diminish. They just want it all to get better. And if they can fund on their own basically a program, then maybe that, it can all, as you said yesterday, a rising tide lifts all boats.
Does it feel sometimes, and it'd be separate from tennis because it's such a smaller amount of money when it comes to funding a team, but do you think what's happened, and maybe this has happened at other campuses too, and maybe it's happened at every campus, but it's there's always been intra-campus competition for attention, for funding, for resources, for money, for everything, but never more so than right now. Because you're figuring if you're going to take away some money, if you're trying to add to football, I think in some people's eyes, that means you're taking away from something else, and that if you're trying to get women's basketball right in some area, well, then you're taking away from something else. That could legitimately be a problem right now, in which it's a little bit of everybody fend for themselves, but you're still trying to fend from the same pot.
Yeah, and I can tell you that there are elements over there that are really in other sports that are really rooting for football right now. A guy in the track program told me a few months ago, he said that they've got to fix football. That's, why did they go get a general manager with a basketball background in that position there, for example? And understanding that, hey, track's won all these 50-something national championships, but football pays the freight. And they understand that, and I do think they all root for each other for the most part. The people wondered about what's wonderful tennis facility, and I've already heard talk about housing or different things. Someone even said they could build a new basketball arena, which I don't think is very practical now because they can't even afford to to refurbish Bud Walton in the way that they had plans to before all this NIL stuff came up. But I think personally that if they'll go back and keep tennis, it'll be a win-win for everything, and I think you'll get more people in the program with money.
Grant, let's see. Let's leave it there. I think this kind of stuff nobody's really talking about very much, but sincerely, ever since the announcement came on Friday, people are waiting for another shoe to drop, waiting for something else to be cut. Now, I don't think that happens within the next year. I'm not saying that there will be any other cuts, because if this is the reaction that you get from tennis, and I don't mean to say this in any sort of disrespect to the program, tennis does not have a lot of cachet, a lot of recent success, a lot of recent Arkansans that play there. When you talk about track, you can't even imagine track getting cut here. Golf, the same way, and these are not revenue sports.
We were all at that press conference yesterday, guys, and that's almost the most people I've ever seen in that room because all the girls came in, all the women gymnasts came in support. And by the way, good luck to Jordan. She's done a great job at Arkansas. Really happy for her husband getting this job, and I think she'll do great. And it's a courageous decision she made, and really at the top of her profession, choosing to just be a mother for a while. And I think, she may show up on the SEC network or something and do really well in different areas. But Hunter was there yesterday, did a good job along with them at that press conference, and I think that program will continue to do really well.
Grant, we'll leave it there. Always appreciate your time. Thanks so much.
Thank you. See you.
Grant Hall with us on Halftime today, dropping a little bit of news. Meeting with the chancellor about trying to get tennis back, which, man, that means you would have had no tennis for about a minute there, Matt.
Hey, what about when one of these guys comes in on NIL and says he wants to donate $500,000 of his own money to get tennis back? How endearing would that be to all Arkansas people? Like, yeah, don't put that past somebody.
That's interesting. I'd never even thought about it. Another athlete that's on campus to think about maybe helping fund another sport. 877-377-6963 is the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. When you think about sports that get cut and the public outcry that comes from it, and I know I pointed out to a couple of them before, UAB football, University of California baseball, or just the ones I'm thinking of. There's so many other stories of programs that got cut and they got cut. And there was no outcry, or there was no there was no alumni base that really was large enough to do anything about it. It sounds like, but I think part of this may also have to do with, does the school itself, it may not be if athletics wants campus, does the school want tennis? That may be the question.
Is today the best day in the history of the world for birthdays? Willie Nelson, Jerry Seinfeld, Daniel Day-Lewis, Michelle Pfeiffer, Andre Agassi, tennis champ, Uma Thurman, see mid-list over here, Jay Cutler.
This is
good.
like
It's a pretty good group. Master P. Oh.
Until you dropped the Jay Cutler one, it was like this is the greatest birthday for anybody that was raised in the 90s.
You know what?
And Zach Arns, right?
Do you know what Jay Cutler's age is this year?
He's
your favorite safety.
Is he? He's 43.
We're both doing a Palomalu. Yep.
How do you know? How do you like that? All right. All right, we got a break. Right up against it here on halftime. Remind you it's lunchtime. Get over to Joe's Grilling Cantina today because at Joe's Grilling Cantina every day they make fresh from scratch salsa, queso dip, and guacamole. Of course, crispy warm chips to start your meal, fajitas, enchiladas, tacos, burritos, and much more. Always an experience that you will never forget, and you'll want to get there over and over and over again. Joe's Grilling Cantina, great Tex-Mex, even better service, 3400 South 74th across from Harps. JoesFortSmith.com. Back in a moment. This is halftime.
Taco Joe. Taco. Yeah, baby. George took a bite out of the taco. That's what he's doing.
This is halftime.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Okay, team. Huddle up.
Why are you dressed like a hockey player?
Because America's energy security is on thin ice. We're facing an overburdened electric grid, rising fuel costs, and severe weather. But here's your power play. Propane. It's affordable, abundant, safe. Propane is reliable energy, even when the grid isn't. Advantage Propane.
Learn more at propane.com/powerplay.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Lindbergh and the Lindbergh Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust a team that delivers results. Go to LindberghTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
This ad sponsored by the Sebastian County Assessor and paid for by Amendment 79.
Back again at Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. State sales tax paid on every pre-owned vehicle, plus free gas all summer long. The free gas is on every vehicle on the lot.
Listen, guys, we got 600 plus cars here on the lot. If you're looking for a deal, doesn't matter your credit, doesn't matter where you live, come in and let me pay your state sales tax. Let me stroke you a check for gas for all summer. Or you can just come in here and sell your car to us. We have signs up, say more for your trade. I've been buying cars like crazy. Guys, now is a great time. Come in and come see us. State sales tax paid and free gas.
Plus, this is going to save you a ton of money when you do this right now. This deal runs out at the end of the month.
Yeah, come in and come see us. We got a lot of cars out here, a lot of stuff to pick from. If you want to go down in car to get a gas mileage car, you want to go up in car because you're trying to have to do travel baseball or basketball or football, come out and come see us. We're a hometown dealer who loves to take care of people.
Don't miss this opportunity. State sales tax paid and free gas all summer long. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
From sauce, dust, to nuggets. It's Taco Bell's new Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. Are they mild? If they were mild, we'd have to change the name to Little Rascal Nuggets or Minor Nuisance Nuggets. Definitely Diablo. New Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. A brand new classic. Only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time and while supply lasts.
Spring is here, and it's the perfect time to upgrade your home. If your garage door needs repair or you're ready for a new look, call Precision Garage Door. From broken springs and openers to brand new doors, they provide expert service and professional installation. Fully licensed and insured, with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers, and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call 844-PDS-DOOR or visit PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Precision Garage Door, voted the best in Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
I'm in love with a girl. Finest girl in the world. Didn't know I could feel this way. Think about her all the time. Always on my mind. I didn't know about love.
Make sure to follow Halftime on X at Hit That Line AR and on Facebook and Instagram at Hit That Line. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946. No pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The challenge is over, but the deals aren't. Come take advantage of the thank you event only at Lewis Automotive. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right, Matt Jones, are you going to be excited for a 76-team NCAA tournament?
So what you're talking about too, and we I guess we're running out of time in the last segment, but we still got time in the show. You're talking about 12 teams that are going to play against each other. The thing is, you're adding teams to the tournament. Does it make the product better? It doesn't. It doesn't make the product better by adding extra games where you're going to have David versus Goliath. You know, how many upsets are you really having in these tournaments? You're not having a lot of upsets. And then when a team's up by 17 and they win the entire game, it's not even entertaining. You know, so I get it to everybody gets a ribbon type thing, but I think you shorten it. Man, go back to 32 teams. Go 64 is enough. If you give me the best teams,
I would want it too. But it would be like taking the NFL playoffs and going back to just having division champions playing with one wild card, or just the two champions in the splitting Major League Baseball back into two divisions instead of the three in each league. You know, or going back to divisions in the SEC. I mean, these are things that obviously just can't be done ever again. You can't shrink the field. There's no way you can shrink the field, because you know what happens if you shrink the field? There's less money going to conference coffers. That's what this is about. Our friend Bill King, who we talk to on most Tuesdays, what does he call the college football playoff? He has never referred to it as the college football playoff, maybe twice or three times in his life. It's the Money Grab Invitational, because it's just about selling. Look, I mean, I think in college football you needed something more than 4. All right,
I think 12 is a great number for college football. Like that's what's wrong with it. What 12's about? That's about.
But they're growing it.
They're about the number. Like there's, yeah. I mean,
they're going to grow it. They are going to grow it because more teams means more games, means more money from your television partners, and that's why you're talking, Matt, about the importance of the competition on the field or on the court, and you want to see it less diluted. You want to see it more heavily concentrated.
We had
these
James
people
Madison.
making these decisions they don't care about the product on the court. It's the product. The product is the fan sitting there on the couch watching it.
I don't get why James Madison and Tulane, teams like that, don't. You have another tournament. Make it just as equal. Like we get it that it's not, you know, the blue blood, so to speak, or the power top cream, but get it where the talent level is even or equal. So So when you play the video game, and I know you play the video game a little bit, but Unit knows this. When you play the video game and you're playing college football, you got to get teams that are equal. Like you don't play, you get a B team, the other team gets a B team. The other guy, you get an A team, the other guy gets an A team.
There are those guys that will say, "I can beat you with anybody."
That's
and they're
so
probably
stay away from them. But
Yeah.
for the most part, you get equal. You make it so the same thing's happening. How fun was it to watch Oregon and James Madison? Not fun. Like what? It's the playoffs should mean something. It shouldn't be a jamboree game.
And it isn't about the James Madison level team either. It's about the big conferences, and only about the big conferences. Maybe there'll be an extra 2 or 3, lower level or mid-major basketball teams that get in every year or so. But this is more about Auburn getting in. This is more about Oklahoma getting in. Wake Forest. This is about lining the pockets of the conferences, which essentially lines the pockets of those member schools. In 2025, the SEC made $70 million from the NCAA tournament. Now, they had a different kind of tournament that year. There were 14 teams that got in, and you had 7 in the Sweet 16 and 4 in the Elite 8, 2 in the Final Four, and you had the national champion. $70 million that's distributed, I think, over a 5 or 6 year period equally amongst the schools. Now, not every league does it that way. This year, the league got 3 fewer teams in. You didn't have anywhere near the level of success of SEC teams that they had the year before, and the conference made about $20 to $30 million less. So you add one team, and they win a couple of games, that's going to bring your conference, what, $6 million, $7 million? That's what this is about. It has nothing to do with the on-court product. If it did, they wouldn't have even gone to 68. This is and truthfully, like, not a lot of people even the ratings between the first 4 and the rest of the tournament. It's like they're not even the same event, because they are not.
Well, I think you just what is 60 plus 60 is 120 plus 4 is 128. Why don't you just make a 128 team tournament? That's one more game for one more round. Like what do we like? Just go ahead and let every 128 teams and just let it all go. Then you got one more round for the basketball tournament, because it's like they keep adding and they keep gimmick play-in game, first 12, the Dirty Dozen. It's like, what? Just make it a.
You named it exactly what it should be called right there, Dirty Dozen. I think that needs to be marked. If whatever studio still owns the rights to the great movie, The Dirty Dozen, World War II movie, Unit, I think you may have a homework assignment sometime soon. They need to give it up, or at least sell it to the NCAA, because Dirty Dozen, Matt, I can't imagine a better alliterative phrase that fits the quality of teams that make up those 12. So I don't know how much of it you'd watch. I don't watch the first 4 too often. I mean, I'll put it on.
We don't even put those on our bracket challenge.
No, we don't. So does the Dirty Dozen become part of your bracket challenge, or do they just become like something that's off the bracket page? 877-377-6963. Name the Dirty Dozen for us. I like Scott the Tortillas guy. It's the Desperate Dozen. They are. When you're on the bubble, you're desperate. Absolutely. And now the bubble just got a little bit larger. All right, we got a break on halftime. We'll wrap up hour number 1 right after this.
A lot of blue over there. Yeah, I don't know. Don't get too excited.
This is halftime.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or take 5.9% financing for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2026 GMC Canyon for as low as $399 a month with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from. Someone who always shows up when you need them. Someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. With comprehensive insurance policies backed by award-winning customer service, Shelter Insurance is committed to being there when you need us most.
Call Ted McAvoy in Van Buren or Chris Dooley in Fort Smith.
The spring allergy and hay fever seasons are here, and Law's Drugstore has what you need to safely take care of you and your family. Law's Drugstore can fill and refill your prescriptions, and they have all of the over-the-counter allergy remedies to provide comfort. Call 452-6116 and ask about vaccine shot appointment for shingles, pneumonia, COVID, and whooping cough. Law's Drugstore, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind the Outback Steakhouse. Law's Drugstore, open 6 days a week to safely care for you and your family.
Hey, Ty Richardson for A Cut Above Lawn and Landscaping. They service commercial and residential lawns for weed management and fertilization for a lush, healthy lawn. Need bush hogging? They do that too. A Cut Above also offers tree and limb removal. Don't forget hauling and dumpster rental as well. More than just a mowing service, they're A Cut Above. Call or text today at 479-719-5605. Lawn, landscaping, power washing, stump grinding, leaf removal, mulching, flea tick, and mosquito control. 719-5605.
When you need legal help, turn to the law offices of Craig L. Cook. With over 40 years combined experience, the Cook Law Team works for you. If you've been injured in an auto accident, hurt on the job, a victim of nursing home negligence, or need help with bankruptcy, Social Security, wills, trusts, estates, or family law issues, Craig Cook will go to work for you. Call us today, 479-783-8000. The law offices of Craig L. Cook with locations in Arkansas and Oklahoma. We work for working people.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages, or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time, every time.
Let's tee up for a great cause. Join us for Mercy's Golf Classic on Monday, May 11th at Hardscrabble Country Club. Enjoy a day of golf while supporting the expansion of our Mercy Cancer Center. Morning and afternoon tee times are still available. Register your team or become a sponsor by calling 479-314-1133 or visiting mercyhealthfoundation.net/FTSM Golf.
Valley Family Dental, at the entrance to Riley Farms, provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Lewis Automotive, celebrating over 80 years since 1946. No pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The challenge is over, but the deals aren't. Come take advantage of the thank you events only at Lewis Automotive.
I was lost in trouble and strife. I heard a voice, and it changed my life. Now it's a brand new day, and I ain't afraid to say you're not alone when you're down and out. And I think you know who I'm talking about. I don't know how I'll get through. I ask myself, what would Willie do?
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, we've got a better alliterative dozen here. Scott, the delusional dozen. The delusional dozen works much better than dirty dozen, because dirty is a little bit insulting. Delusional is probably more accurate for teams that would be ranked from 68 through 78.
Damaged.
The damaged dozen is good.
They have a lot of faults if you're in that last 12.
The delusional dozen, this will work very well. They're also delusional. The NCAA is delusional if they think that people are going to look at this and treat it the same way as they do the rest of the field of 64.
I think they're messing up a good thing. And maybe I'm wrong, but it just feels like you're messing up. If you can't make the top 64, what are we doing? Just
Yeah,
make it
what are we doing?
128 and get over it then. Like so by the time will we still have this radio show when it's 128? At this rate they're going in 6 years, it's going to be what, 84 teams?
So let me do a little bit of devil's advocate here for you. It's based on the percentage of teams that make the postseason compared to how many teams are in that are actually sponsored for Division I. And making this change brings men's basketball to the same percentage that baseball has for the postseason. There are 361 men's basketball teams. There are 304 Division I baseball teams. 21% make the postseason for baseball now. 21% will make the postseason next year for basketball. So is this also about fairness? You know, I'm playing devil's advocate. You know I don't think this is about fairness. I think this is one of those stats that somebody can, shoehorn into the meaning they want it to mean, because I think it's about money, specifically money for the big conferences.
Yeah, it just doesn't mean anything to make the tournament anymore. Like, it's like, oh, we made the tournament. It's like, yeah, everybody made the tournament. Now it really does put a premium on making it to that second weekend. Like, making the tournament anymore doesn't. It's like, yeah, everybody gets in. It's, did you win those first two games and get to the second weekend?
Truly, how many? Now you could go back and research and all of that, whatever. It's like how many of these teams that have, well, like Miami, Ohio. Miami, Ohio last year has this great, amazing regular season and then loses in the first round of their conference championship. Now, they made it to the first four, Matt. They wouldn't have made it if it was a 64-team field. This does at least keep open the opportunity, the thought that, well, that'll never happen. You won't have a team, theoretically, that goes through the MAC or a conference of that level. And remember, the reason that Miami had that record or was even on the bubble is because, according to them, they couldn't schedule any of the big teams. So maybe this helps some of those schools make it to the postseason if they suffer one of those, upsets that would previously end your season. Is this about Miami, Ohio, or is this about Auburn or Oklahoma? Or just another kind of like a middling program right now in the Big 12. Arizona State. That's who it's about. The NCAA is made up of all these conferences, but you know who's got the heavyweights of the conferences. And they're not just heavyweights because we say they are. They have real power. They make the moves towards this. I'm sure that the smaller leagues are okay doing this because they're thinking, hey, a couple of our teams may get in as well, but it ain't about them.
We're going to play a song in the next hour by Flight of the Conchords, and it's called Hurt Feelings, because that's what it seems like it's about.
877-377-6963 is our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Hall of Famer Clay Henry will join halftime for the remainder of the show right after this.
Spring is in the air, and the fish are biting, the gobblers are strutting, and the trees are blooming. Jelco Outdoors, your locally owned one-stop shop, is ready to help you get outside and enjoy the great outdoors. Stop by and let our friendly staff help you get the gear you need. Jelco Outdoors, your store for hunt, fish, and work. That's what we do. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Shop local. Shop Jelco Outdoors.
20 years ago, it started with one promise.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
And it turned into a reputation built on trust, craftsmanship, and care.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
For 20 years, Evans Body Shop has been helping our community get back on the road. One repair, one family, one accident at a time.
Evans Body Shop, where we meet the nicest people by accident.
Evans Body Shop, proudly celebrating 20 years.
Brand new Ford Broncos for less than $600 a month right now at Harry Robinson's Salisal Ford.
Yes, Tommy, I'm excited, man. I've sold a lot of these Broncos in the past, and what I've noticed is they're expensive, and that makes your monthly payment expensive. Ford, right now, they just came out with it. I've got 3 of them to choose from. You can lease a brand new Bronco right now for less than $600 a month, and that sounds crazy, but it's true. These vehicles are usually, $800, $900, $1,000 a month. You can get it less less than $600 a month right now on a new Ford Bronco.
And these are the ones that everyone wants, the new body style, the hottest Ford selling the last 2 or 3 years.
Yes, definitely. And, a lot of people are asking me, Troy, am I maxed out on the miles? What is that, only 10 miles a year? No, that's 15,000 miles a year. So they're giving you 45,000 miles in 3 years at less than $600 a month.
Brand new Broncos, less than $600 a month. Get the details at Harry Robinson, Salisal Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisal.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, a gradual increase in some sunshine. A high this afternoon will be in the upper 60s to low 70s. A decrease in the clouds, a slight chance of a shower across the south tonight. Overnight low mid-40s north, low 50s south. Thursday, a little bit more cloud cover sneaks in, highs into the upper 60s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by COP CDL Academy. Want a life-changing career? Give them a call today at 479-632-1050 or check them out online at copcdlacademy.com.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that could respect you.
Live from the Busch Light Studio.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. Joaquin said dominate, and we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
People said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my hot dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
Even one Razorback is vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Caller text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
A very pleasant good afternoon now at 12:01 in the afternoon. Halftime continues on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com. I'm Phil Elson. I'm here at Baum Walker Stadium's home radio booth where it is bright and sunny. And first pitch is coming up in about 3 hours. There are a few of the student managers walking on the field, starting to get it ready for pregame workout. It'll be a single game against Northwestern State after yesterday's rainout, no doubleheader. And then Ole Miss coming in on Friday. Matt Jones is there with the unit for the in our ESPN Arkansas headquarters today. Matt, have you come down yet from the Champions League game yesterday? That's like a high that you were. I was talking to Matt this morning, and you bubbled over about it too, and I can understand why with 9 goals.
Man, it was a joy to watch. It's kind of I'd equate it to like watching Tigers shoot 62 in a major on a Sunday. It was just it was the talent level. You know me, I like people that are good at what they do. Like, I don't care what it is in life. Are you good at what you do? So much talent. So I mean, every single player on that field makes $100,000 a week. Like it's they live in a different planet than us. There was just talent on and then I'm kind of like, oh, number 7 for PSG would look really good in Liverpool red colors.
You were watching those games the way that I'm watching Arkansas baseball games against the opponents.
Absolutely.
That's right. Got Hall of Famer and Emmy Award winner Clay Henry also joining us on halftime for a couple of hours. Clay, you knew that he was watching that last night, and that was the first thing I asked Matt about today. This is the first thing I wanted to know about, too. And it sounded like it was outstanding. Meanwhile, I got to watch it rain, and it was a good thing they got us out of the ballpark before the storm hit really hard. But when the storm was finished and I'd come out of my hotel, I walk over and I see a little bitty dent over on the side, and I thought, wait, was that from the hail? And we didn't have that kind of hail here. I realized, it was at that moment I realized there was a foul ball in the Mizzou series that hit my car. I remember, because where I parked, I remember seeing a couple of foul balls kind of like zoom out that way. And I said, even on the air, I was like, my car is kind of out in that direction. I was looking for a shattered windshield. What I should have been looking for is just a baseball-sized dent in a Honda. And there it is.
Well, we know your favorite spot to get your window fixed is here in Fort Smith, so let me know if anything happens.
Very good point. I've had my windshield shattered by a foul ball before, Clay. I should just be happy. It's not a big dent. It's a little one, but it's there.
It's there. Well, there was bad stuff that happened at Missouri. But that's the worst. You have something to remember the series from every time you look at your car. I hate to bring that up, but that's what's going to happen. It's like, oh, Missouri. The Christian groan, you need to learn it because that's what you do when you see that dent. You're like, oh.
I think it was the ghost of that ballpark because I've been insulting Missouri baseball so much and insulting Taylor Stadium so much. That one's on me. That's the karma, if you believe in it. Now, I don't believe in karma for everything, but there may be baseball karma. Maybe that came back to bite me.
You're doing that place a disservice. You're not really you're not painting the picture. It's a fraternity place.
There are chunks of concrete missing in that stadium, yes.
It's a fraternity.
It's an intramural field?
Well, no,
Not
it is
even.
a fraternity place. It's named after what is that fraternity?
It's Phi Delta Theta. Yep,
is it like an academic fraternity?
Oh, no, it's a guy fraternity.
It's a guy fraternity on campus?
It's just a fraternity where they probably do, the century clubs and beer bongs in the shower and all of that, yeah.
Mm-mm.
And they have a stadium named for them by the Taylor family. And they dented my car because I insulted them.
Did I get this right, that they gave a hat giveaway of like a fake Augusta National? It's the state of Missouri with a pin in it, and they're comparing it to Augusta National. Which, how can you do that?
I think you can do it if you're
like that.
No kidding. That's right. That's a very good point.
You've got the worst of the worst of Division I baseball stadiums, and you're giving away a hat from the best of the best.
There should be a rule written into the giveaways that if you give away anything that involves the Masters, you should be playing on a grass field.
They don't even have real grass.
No.
And I got tickled listening to your buddy, I'm going blank on the name, the guy that did the SEC Network broadcast.
Oh, Mark Neely.
Mark, and they kept saying a pitch in the dirt. No, guys, there's no dirt.
Pitch in the plastic.
It is a pitch in the plastic.
Mark's a lot nicer than I am. So I don't think – plus he's a Mizzou graduate, so I don't think he wanted to off the air, he's honest
He's not throwing any barbs.
No, that's not Mark's style.
Yeah.
Not his style at all. It's not Charlie's style either. Let's see what the Tuna's got here for us today. Charlie, how are you doing?
Hey, I can throw some jabs now.
I know you can.
I pick my spots. Just depends. If we got the guy from Texas on here or whatever, I still can't remember his name. But a lot of times when I, botch names, it's because I don't want to remember their name.
That's
no
the
offense.
Drinkowitz. Got a little Eli Drinkowitz.
Yeah, it's like, it's just I don't really care to remember. So selective memory, selective hearing, all those things. But Phil, you really think you're that good? You're now becoming bulletin board material for these away teams. You think they?
No, it's not. The players don't care what I would say about that ballpark. They play there. They're very well versed in that. It's the ghosts of the stadium. Yeah, it's the ghosts of the stadium. Ballparks have real personalities, especially if they're built on burial grounds. I've seen some ballparks.
God, what has Bubba done to you? He's got you believing in everything.
No. Bob and
I,
we've worked together for 8 years. I've been working in baseball for almost 30 years. I've got plenty of those weird things in me from times before. I talked about the rain turtle yesterday. The rain turtle's strictly a professional baseball thing. I didn't draw one yesterday. You can't blame me for the rain out, and you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I don't. I'm just going with it. But, yeah, man, look, Matt, you talked about some of your highlights. What about that game against Texas? That has to be up there, right? of a moment of one of your highs, correct?
And
That away.
Anytime we win, and Tuna, it's almost the losses hurt more than the wins feel better. You know, like it's just kind of how it is.
Preach, brother. I'm with you on that one.
Hey, Charlie, I want to ask you. You're a basketball fan through and through. How do you feel about the tournament expanding to what it's going to expand to?
What are we doing? You know, those games better. We all know it's for ratings, guys. I mean, if it was up to me, obviously you don't change nothing.
But is it really for ratings, Charlie? Not a lot of people watch the first four compared to the rest of the tournament. I don't know if there's a ton of people. I don't know if the ratings for the delusional dozen will meet the rest of the field of 64 afterwards.
I guess that's what the people that are running it think. I don't know because I'm not. Look, maybe are all those games going to be play-in games? What are we? I mean, I don't get it. You know, you play the regular season, you play the conference tournament. What are we doing? I mean, I'm not for it, but you know, it is what it is. If you ask me, I can't stand it. I mean, this is my thing too. Like, if you're one of those top seeds, I guess, so to speak, you better not have to play in any of those games. I'd be real mad then. So, yeah, no, I'm not for it at all, Phil. Not at all. Matt, are you thinking the same thing? You like give everybody a
I was thinking,
trophy?
Tuna, so if you're having those 12, are they playing the 1, 2, 3, 4 in seeds? Because if you do that right, is that 12? No, that's 16, huh? So it's still going to be.
Yeah,
I was thinking,
what
teams get a bye? Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
1, 2, and 3 would be 12. So if you're a 1, 2, or 3 seed and you're not, and you're in the delusional 12, you're playing a game to go play a 1, 2, or 3.
I like that. I'm gonna keep that one. Delusional 12. Hey,
that's for Scott the Tortilla guy. He came up with that one on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. We can't take credit for it.
We cite our work.
Well, surprised Matt didn't, because Matt can come up with some stuff. But
yes,
hey, before I go, here on the quarterback competition thing that everybody's so worried about, and I know Ty even said the other day he would have liked them to name a starter. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I think they probably already.
Whoa! We don't quote Ty on the show.
I'm sorry, Clay. You're right. Somebody over there that works.
You can call in their show and quote him. But you don't call this show and quote him. You just don't.
Some guy on ESPN Arkansas. I love him. I don't. Yeah. He said something about. Well, I'm sorry. I mean, I love everyone, Clay.
I can't love him on the show either. we're laying down some new rules.
New rules. I'm learning on the fly, Clay.
Okay.
Anyways, he did say, that guy, that person, said he would have liked them to name a starting QB out of camp. And my thing with this is, I think they probably already know who the guy is.
I think they do, too.
I know who it is.
And they're just not an... You know who it is. I know who it is, but they don't have to name him. You know, we can ask this every time.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. I agree with you. That was my point to this. Like, let them
is this the idea? So like people say, we want you to announce a starting quarterback. Well, that goes along with some big graphic and some big hype video that goes along with it. And here's our QB1 and all of that. And you really want that?
Let me just.
Y'all have a good one, man.
Wait a minute, Charlie. Are you there?
Nope.
Oh.
When Charlie's had enough, he's had enough.
I wanted to tell him that if Ty ever says something intelligent, he can come quote him on this show. But that's not going to happen. So, just don't even think about it.
877-377-6963 for the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. B2 says he was at the Mizzou Series too, as being generous. They should be kicked out of the league with that stadium. And look, I think it's a terrible ballpark. They did upgrade the field at least. It's a whole new sort of plastic. So at least it's new plastic. It's not old plastic. At least they got that going for them. Otherwise, this tournament thing. Look, looking at this. The highest rated first four game ever was this year's Miami versus SMU game. 2.8 million viewers. This year's first round, meaning the round of 64, averaged 9.5 million viewers. There's many more games, but there are also games that are scheduled morning, noon, and night. And near midnight, the first four is tailor-made for television. It is only prime time. And still, I don't even say like people yawn about it because 2.8 million people watching a college basketball game between Miami and SMU is actually a lot for those two programs. But it's not about the ratings. It's about more ad sales. It's about more money to conference coffers.
And it's about Brendan Sorsby. How's he not going to get his fix in if they're not playing a game?
Look, you have these conversations sometimes. Like I've told you guys about my brother-in-law, an athletic director. I've had this conversation with him about this. These people have to be revenue producing first and foremost. They become you're a businessman. You're not just an administrator. You're a businessman, and you have to bring in revenue, and you have to bring in revenue, and you have to bring in revenue more so now than ever before. I've argued with my brother-in-law about why is Sacramento State joining the Mid-American Conference. This makes no sense whatsoever. The closest school to Sacramento that's in that league, I think, is in northern Illinois, half a country away. All right. His answer is, this athletic director has brought us a chunk of money for this league.
But they're going to have to spend it to travel out there, aren't they?
The school is spending the money to bring people out there. They're making they're basically giving
both,
the MAC
they're
giving them a deal they can't refuse. And it's revenue specifically. It has nothing to do with anything else other than here's a new school that wants to be a Division I football program, and they have a giant chunk of money that they want to hand our league to join our league. It's like an expansion fee. You think about that with these
like what SMU did, yeah.
Well, it's also like baseball expands. There's billions of dollars in expansion fees that these teams get
Luxury
to
taxes,
distribute amongst each other. Yeah. NFL, same thing. MLS, I was reading an article where people think the MLS is really just a Ponzi scheme of expansion round, and we're just sharing all the fees amongst ourselves, not really generating any real revenue. This is like an expansion fee for that. That's what this is too. This is an expansion fee of the tournament where the money goes to the SEC, the Big Ten, the ACC, and the Big 12, and maybe somewhat of the Big East. And that's about it. It doesn't go to the MAC. It doesn't go to the Big West. It doesn't go to the Sun Belt. It goes to the big gorillas of college basketball. 877-377-6963 to talk about that or anything else here that we have touched on. Reminding you also about WT Equipment. They've got a big deal for just another couple of days at WT Equipment, a little spring cleaning on their Hustler zero-turn inventory. That means big savings for you. 0% financing for 42 months on new Hustler zero-turn mowers. So if your yard is growing fast, it might be time to upgrade to something that can keep up. Speed, precision, and durability are what Hustler are known for. That's WT Equipment in Berryville, Springdale, or Searcy, WTEquip.com. Hustler, cut better, cut faster. Dudley Dawson joins halftime, actually in a couple of segments, so we'll come right back. We'll have a short one. Stay with us.
Lewis Automotive, celebrating over 80 years since 1946. No pressure, no hassle.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie.
Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
From sauce to dust to nuggets. Diablo dusted crispy chicken nuggets. No, they don't come in mild. That would make like 0 sense with the name. Or the whole explosion thing we just did. New Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. A brand new classic. Only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E. from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
To Buddies in Fort Smith.
The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Nobody saw him running from 16th Avenue. They never found a fingerprint or the weapon that was used. But someone killed country music, cut out its heart and soul. They got away with murder down on Music Row.
Welcome back to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Got a question or comment for the guys? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Lewis Automotive, celebrating over 80 years since 1946. No pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The challenge is over, but the deals aren't. Come take advantage of the thank you event only at Lewis Automotive. Now let's get back to halftime with the voice of Arkansas Razorback baseball, Phil Elson, and Arkansas football legend Matt Jones.
And Hall of Famer and Emmy Award winner Clay Henry joining us on halftime. Remember, I got to get out at 1:30. I'll head down to talk with Dave Van Horn about today's game. One thing I've got to ask him about, and I noticed yesterday when I was looking on the lineup card, and I know that we're kind of hoping that Carson Wiggins will be ready to pitch this week. His name was not on the lineup card yesterday. Now, that doesn't mean he wasn't starting. Anybody that's available for the game, their name is on the lineup card. There's a spot for pitchers, lefty and righty. If your name is on that sheet, then you're eligible to play in the game. His name was not there, which doesn't really mean that he didn't clear, but it means he wasn't going to pitch yesterday. We were kind of assuming yesterday, Clay, that You might throw him yesterday or today in order to get him ready for the weekend, or just not have his first outing be against Ole Miss. But I haven't seen what the lineup card looks like right now. Usually, a game that gets rained out, if the pitchers are the same, it's going to be the same lineup tomorrow, but you can still write another name on the bottom of pitchers that are available. So that's something I've got to ask Dave when I go down there today.
Well, it's nervous time because that's a guy that, whether he pitches where he doesn't, what could he mean for this team? I've never thought, well, he's going to save the season. Some people have. That would be, they have vision of him being Gage Wood, being a starter in the last three weekends and more. That's not what was going to happen, or is going to happen. It never was going to be that. That Gage Wood was in a different position. He was pitching and then had to sit out for a while. It's a whole different deal.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, what he would add is another really talented right-handed arm that, if he's ready to compete, would make a difference for you in a series. Maybe not 2 games in a series, but just the inning or two. That could make a difference. So we'll see what Dave says when I ask him about that, and we'll have that interview played on the Dugout Show at or around 1:35. But one thing that they don't have is automated ball strike challenge system in college baseball, which means we miss out on some really fun stuff that I'll play for you here in a moment. I wonder. I don't remember if the Reds had done this kind of a promotion before, where you strike out 11 batters, the team strikes out 11 batters. There's going to be free food for fans, but they do that now in Cincinnati. 11 strikeouts by the Reds pitching staff means free pizza for any ticket holder, and so automatic ball strikes actually in the 9th inning of a game can come up pretty big for hungry fans.
AB's challenge powered by T-Mobile. Stevenson's 1-1 tonight. Can he win pizza for those in the stands? The crowd ready to burst. That's a strike.
There's still 2 outs to go for them to close the game down. And that's probably the biggest cheer. That's twice that the biggest cheer in a Cincinnati Reds game has been for an automated ball strike challenge. The first time was because it's the first time they'd ever seen it before. The second time that we've played it is because they get free pizza. And I just don't know another sport where a challenge could actually lead to something like this. I grew up where at Penguins games in Pittsburgh, the 7th goal was the chili goal. You scored 7 goals, and everybody in attendance would get free chili at Wendy's. Now, that's perfect for wintertime in a winter city like Pittsburgh. And I remember trying to do that with Wendy's when I worked at the Travelers and say, you know what, if the Razorbacks score 7 goals, why don't we give free chili to everybody? But who's eating chili in June and July and August in Arkansas? It doesn't really fit, so we did Frosties instead. Free pizza for strikeouts, though. I think everybody could agree with that.
Phil, you know the story behind Nolan talking about he had Burger King All-Americans?
Yes.
When he was at Tulsa and I was covering the team, we were sitting around in his office, and he's like, I think I'm going to do a promotion with Burger King. And would you use this quote? And I was like, what quote, Coach? He goes, all of our guys, Paul Pressey, they're Burger King All-Americans. In other words, they were not McDonald's All-Americans. He said, right. I get Burger King All-Americans. So I ran it. And after the next game, he goes, it worked. I said, it worked what? And he said, the local Burger King is going to go for my promotion. And it was a guy over there on Yale Avenue right next to University of Tulsa, had the Burger King, and every time Tulsa would go over 100 points, he was going to give away, a Whopper. And Burger King, and they went over 109 times that year. And the guy said, I think that was enough.
I think it was enough too. Hey, Matt, Jules never made it into Burger King, right?
No, he didn't get in there. That's for sure. He went to McDonald's though.
That's what it was. That's exactly right. 877-377-6963 for the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Brought to you by Crabtree RV Center in Alma. They've been serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas for 3/4 of a century and counting. Every buyer and their family always receive the best RV purchasing experience. The folks at Crabtree will help you choose the right RV. They feature personalized financing and a top-of-the-line parts and service department where you made your purchase. That's Crabtree RV Center, where I-40 and I-49 come together in Alma at CrabtreeRV.com. And Crabtree RV Center makes your dreams come true. Back in a moment with Dudley Dawson on Halftime.
We don't need a bunch of cats in here looking in the mirror. Do I look good? I got my extra bands on. I got my other shoes on. Be a dog.
This is Halftime.
Hey, it's Phil Elson for Bath Makeover of Arkansas, now seeking skilled craftsmen. Bath Makeover is hiring the natural state's best plumbers, electricians, bathroom installers, and project managers to keep up with high demand. If you're ready for steady work and better pay, Bath Makeover of Arkansas wants to talk to you. Bath Makeover's commercial division is growing as well, installing over 100 bathrooms a month, knocking out multi-unit projects quickly, easily 10 bathrooms in a single week at hotels, apartments, and government housing all across Arkansas. Bath Makeover of Arkansas is looking for experienced, qualified, skilled craftsmen to join their talented team. To learn more about job opportunities, visit bathmakeoverar.com. That's bathmakeoverar.com. Plumbers, electricians, bathroom installers, and project managers. Visit bathmakeoverar.com. That's bathmakeoverar.com.
This is Halftime.
Sometimes I'm in a hurry. Stay in the slow lane, buddy. That's when I use the Sodies app to order my favorites and pick up in their drive-thru. They even offer a 10% discount on your first app order. Experience different at Sodies Wine and Spirits off I-540 on Phoenix Avenue.
Every day is worth celebrating at Uncorked. Cocktails, wine, craft beer, bourbons, and unbelievably great food. Uncorked on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodies.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off. Or take 5.9% financing for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2026 GMC Canyon for as low as $399 a month with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Disappointment is a part of sports. As they say, you can't win them all. I'm Jackie Mock with Mock Legal Solutions. From both personal and professional experience, I know that the road to victory is not always a straight line. If you have found yourself in a rebuilding year, your spouse has entered the transfer portal, you've been benched by an arrest, or you're on the IR from a car wreck, I'm here to help. Custody, criminal, car wrecks. Mock Legal Solutions, 479-769-1505.
Brew Pig Suey is coming back to Baum Walker Stadium this spring. The annual Arkansas Razorbacks Brew Pig Suey Beer Festival makes its triumphant return to Razorback baseball on Saturday, May 2nd. There will be 25-plus breweries, local food trucks, and a live DJ that will highlight this festive event. Pre-game festival passes are just $30 and come with a tasting cup and unlimited pours. Secure yours today at ArkansasRazorbacks.com.
Wes, how many people can a large pizza feed?
About 4.
So I should tell Cousin Jeff 1.
Oh, wow. He's a big eater.
The biggest. He once got kicked out of an all-you-can-eat diner because they ran out of food. How many can a small pizza feed?
I'd say 2.
Our small pizza at $15 is a meal for 2? We should advertise this. That goat'll hunt.
Dog.
What you call me?
That dog will hunt.
Wes, dogs are man's best friend. Goats are the true hunters.
Goats?
Billy Goat Jr.'s Grammy was trained to chase squirrels, cats, birds, and rabbits. We could hear her for miles through the brush. And she'd circle them right to us.
You're not serious.
As serious as a meal for 2 for $15.
You're an interesting cat.
What you call me?
A meal for 2 for $15. Eat Jim's RazorbackPizza.com.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Some people say that rappers don't have feelings. We have feelings.
We have feelings.
Some people say that we are not rappers.
We're rappers.
That hurts our feelings.
Hurts our feelings when you say we're not rappers.
Some people say that rappers are invincible.
We're invincible.
Invincible. But you are about to hear our true stories.
Real experiences.
Autobiographical raps.
Things that happened to us.
All true. Bring the rhyme.
I make a meal for my friends. Try to make it delicious. Try to keep it nutritious. Create wonderful dishes. Not one of them.
Make sure to follow Halftime on X at Hit That Line AR and on Facebook and Instagram at Hit That Line. Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946. No pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The challenge is over, but the deals aren't. Come take advantage of the thank you event only at Lewis Automotive. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Dudley Dawson's with us, veteran journalist covering Arkansas athletics, and we always appreciate your time on Wednesdays, Dudley. Your Cardinals have done my Pirates a little dirty deed the last couple of days, though. You think either of these teams is going to last until September? Really?
They're in the right division to have a chance. Now, my big goal for this year's Cardinal team was to be over 500, and so far that's worked. I'm enjoying the energy they have, but I think it's maybe both of those teams are probably a couple of years away.
Mm-hmm. Hey, tell me about Obinna Ezike and Arkansas's chances on landing another incredibly talented freshman who may be reclassifying to make up a potential Fab Five.
Yeah, and certainly this young man has a variety of skills. He's taken a look at Arkansas, and obviously now that Arkansas has landed Slim Jesus, as they call him, from Finland, they really have the opportunity to really get past where they have been these last couple of years. I think, based on the potential and stuff, we knew that inside was going to be the big thing. This kid, while somewhat raw, is 7 feet. It does have a back to the basket game and is a very good shot blocker. So defensively, there needed to be something there in the middle, and I think they've gone out and got a couple of guys that may be able to help them defensively.
What's your, percentage on both Malik Thomas and Billy Richmond coming back? Because if both those cats come back, Dudley, we're going to have 10 deep. It's going to be a totally different team. One of them come back, both of them come back, both of them go. What are you kind of thinking right now on those two kids?
Well, if you just base it on the mock drafts, Malik has not only snuck into the first round, but snuck up in the first round. And so I'm beginning to wonder if he's going to make it back, because the NBA package, the guaranteed contract, even though the NIL has leveled the playing field a little bit, I'm wondering if he doesn't go ahead and go. But we'll see. Maybe he wants to be in the lottery next year, and that's I'm sure what coaching staff is telling them. Now, Billy Richmond, I think I see him late second round in most mocks, and they seem to be pretty consistent about that, or not in the mocks. So I think he would probably be better off coming back. So I'd say 50-50 on Malik Thomas, and I think Billy's coming back. Now, watch me be wrong.
I think you're on to something. The thing with that, it's like, is Malik Thomas, is he Marco Bellinelli at the next level? Like, is he just going to run around and shoot threes? Is in Clay used a good word for it yesterday, his physical maturity, because there's no question Malik Thomas's skill set, he can play in the NBA. It's just, is his athletic ability, is it up to snuff with some of those other NBA guys?
Yeah, and one thing I would say, we certainly saw him come on at the end of the year, too, but I think there is a lot to be said for coming back for a year, developing your mid-range game. He knocks down a lot of threes, but I think the mid-range, he could develop his mid-range game to something similar to what Darius had this year, and I think that would maybe vault him up to the top of the draft. That being said, I'm told that this draft isn't phenomenal. So 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, I guess.
Top 10. I looked at it. The first foreigner was the on the mock draft was going 11. Who knows where he goes? But the top 10 picks, Dudley, were all freshmen in the mock draft. Yeah.
Yeah. So you get the opportunity, and I'm sure he's weighing a lot of things. I'm sure he's got a lot of great people around him, and I'll just sit back and watch, I guess. And if he comes back, then I'll be thrilled to cover him another year. And but this basketball is alive here, isn't it? I mean, Coach Musselman did a really good job. Sometimes the regular seasons weren't great, but did well in the postseason. And he's gotten him a really nice class as well too. But it's kind of fun watching the news around here.
What's your opinion of this? Because this is John Calipari kind of doubling down on the way he used to put teams together, and didn't have a chance to do that necessarily the first year at Arkansas. This last year, you were led by two freshmen essentially, and now it's even more so than that for next year's team. And I'm assuming this is just the way he is still most comfortable putting a team together, and you're going to be bringing in, I don't know if it'll be like 5 every year, but you'll just be sprinkling in the transfers. That's how it seems to be.
Yeah, and I apologize to I have a lot of friends who are from Kentucky that are Kentucky fans. It wasn't the brand, man. It was Cal. It wasn't the brand. It was Cal. I think that's been proven now.
What number? And I don't know if it happens in 4 years and in 10 years. What number do you think satisfies the NCAA with this? Because it used to be 32, then it was 64, then you have a couple play-in games. Do you think let's just make it 128 and get over it? What number do you think they finally settle on?
Two things. As somebody who loves to watch basketball, I look forward to watching 12 now games that are going to be on Tuesday and Wednesday. But as a traditionalist and someone who knew that there wasn't enough teams really to go 68 last year, you're now telling me it's going to be 76, and then you're going to keep going. I know I sound like the old man telling the kids to get out of his yard, but with the wheels, you don't always have to reinvent the wheel. I don't y'all have enough money?
But you know the answer to that, Dudley. You know the answer to that. If the forwards in Power 4 basketball and the money they're making has inflated by 75%, then there isn't enough money. And then the only way to bring more money in is to continue charging, more to whomever it is that your fans are, or you get larger. That to me is what this is about. It's almost like you can connect.
I know you're accurate about it, but just the kids need to get out of my yard. So
I like it.
Okay, so Dudley, how much longer do you keep covering college sports?
Hey, I am I'm in the semi-retirement right now. I'm quitting working 60 hours a week and getting it down to 30, 35.
I've heard you say that before, Dudley.
Yeah. Well, and I'm starting the Social Security thing in May. So I'll still be around a long time, but I'm gonna get that before it's gone.
That's a good gig. I'm telling you, Dudley. I got it.
Yeah. And so I'm good. I can't just stop. I can't stop, but I maybe won't answer the bell as much as I used to in the days as we go along here. I think Clay, have I told you I've got another grandkid on the way?
Yes, I think we've spoken on that, and there'll be another one after that one, and another one.
Oh
after that one.
Yep. They're coming fast, and so it's either got to be a camper trailer or an RV. We'll have to see because they're in Pennsylvania and Colorado.
You got them coming from two directions. Yeah, they can be two at a time.
It's
glorious. And then what happens is every once in a while, like Danny Nutt found out, you get 3 at a time.
Yeah. I lived in his same neighborhood when those 3 came along, so that was fun.
I lived in that neighborhood too, and I remember you being out on the yard with a baseball bat. You talking about kids getting out of the yard. You've done that.
Yes, I have.
Dudley, how much of the way that you're thinking about, where you are in your career has to do with grandkids and maybe stopping and smelling the roses, or how much does it have to do with changes in college sports? Because you're at the point in your life where you get this fork in the road. You make a decision. Which way do you want to go down? I'm kind of like you. Like I can't even imagine not being at the ballpark when the Hogs are playing, or a football game and not being there with the guys. It's just, that just becomes part of your routine, and you just look forward to those things. It becomes part of who you are until it doesn't anymore. And I just, wonder where you are with that.
Yeah, I would say family first. The fact that if they lived around here, I might work a little bit more and a little bit longer, but I want to travel and see them. I want to see them grow up, and unless they move back here, I've talked about Brooks being the agent for Noah Khan and Chappelle Roan, and he's been very successful. He's never going to move from the area he's in now, so it's up to me to do that. But also, that being said, it's not like it used to be, and I get frustrated with what you have to do to be a reporter now in some situations now that the NIL and the transfer portal. I'll always love sports. I'll always write sports. When I'm done here, I'll write books or solve crime podcast or something. But I'm not really up on and enthused about what we have here now.
Your thoughts on the tennis program? Is it just a 1-year high? Do you think they're back next year, or do you think this is gone for good?
Man, first of all, I would say that I've always loved the game of tennis. Petra, my beautiful wife, played tennis in college. We want to travel and see the 4 Grand Slams before all said and done. I actually lived with Peter Dewan and Pat Thurrett and a couple of tennis guys back in the day, and I have a lot of affinity for the tennis program. I understand from a financial standpoint why you're going to have to cut some programs, I guess, but am I happy about it? Absolutely not, and I think there's probably a better way to go about it. It sure seems like a lot of the guys, as soon as this happened, said they would have donated some money and all that. So, I'm gonna be fair with Hunter Yurchek because I haven't sit down and talked with him about it or anything. But man, it's sad. That's the biggest thing.
I was thinking we were talking about the idea of retirement here, Dudley, and people are using the word retirement for Jordan Weber at age 30. It's like, is that the only sport you can use the word retirement at the age of 30? And you're even just talking about coaching, gymnastics?
Well, they start like
says,
at 4, doing the gymnastics. So she's been in it a long time. Obviously, she's got a family now, and I noticed that she said family and other passions. So I'm sure that she's still going to be around it a lot. Obviously, the husband being the new coach. I did like the fact that she said she could yell from the stands now at the referees. So, I get it. She's had a long career in this game, and I don't blame her at all. And enjoy them when they're young, right, Clay?
Well, they go on quick. I'm just telling you.
Well,
mine are in their 40s now, and I don't know how that happened.
I thought it was interesting the people's reaction initially, and I didn't realize at first that her husband was taking over, and that this had absolutely no connection to money for gymnastics or to cuts for NIL or whatever. But a lot of people immediately are jumping to, well, blame Hunter Yurachek for this. That's the knee-jerk reaction for a lot of people right now across the state and in Razorback fandom. I mean, I wonder if that's fair or unfair.
Well, there's a lot of people that had to sign off on it. A lot of people were acting like he did this himself. It was his decision. He was involved in it, and he made the announcement because that's what you have to do when you're the athletic director. But I look forward to finding out some more details. I hope it comes back. That's going to be a really big hyper tennis facility if they don't have a tennis team.
Mm-hmm.
And having been around here when they ended the swimming program, which had more to do with the equality and stuff, I hope that it comes back one day because there's a lot of great memories there for me. And plus, tennis is a fabulous game.
Dudley,
I'd like to, and we won't do it on the air right now, but I'd like to hear the stories of you living with those tennis guys. Well, what happened?
There's a lot of good ones. It's crazy now. Peter Dewan's son has been in he's an actor. I remember him when he was small. He's an actor now, probably in his mid-20s, and he was Wednesday's boyfriend on I don't know if y'all have seen the Wednesday, the Addams Family thing that they have here now that's on TV. That's a series, but he was the boyfriend in that. It's really cool seeing him do that.
Dudley, appreciate you, man. We'll visit again next week, okay?
Sounds good.
Always appreciate your time. Dudley Dawson joins us Wednesdays on Halftime right about now. Our weekly guests are brought to you by Swift's Jewelry in downtown Fayetteville. Pop in the question if celebrating an anniversary, just looking for something special. Swift's on Block Avenue next to Hugo's is the place to go. They've been a trusted name since 1956, specializing in custom jewelry and engagement rings, and also offer expert watch repair that keeps you on time. Visit Swift's in person on the town square in Fayetteville or give a look at swiftsjewelry.com to learn more. Swift's Jewelry, celebrating life's biggest moments. Back to wrap up hour number 2 after this.
I'm tired of saying could have, should have, would have. That's why we ain't good enough yet, because we're saying could have and they ain't.
This is Halftime. The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell.
Back again, Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith. State sales tax paid on all the pre-owns. Free gas all summer long on pre-owned and brand new Buicks and GMCs. Right now, you got a great selection of the 26s that have arrived and the 25s, just a handful left.
Yeah, I don't have many 25 new vehicles left, but if you want a couple of those, make you a great deal. Got 26s here. We have quotas we have to hit on new cars. We're giving away free gas on all new cars for the rest of the month. Guys, if you're looking for a used car, state sales tax paid, and free gas, I don't know how much the savings are, but if you bought an expensive used truck, it could be up to $6,500. Like, listen, come out right now. We're trying to set some sales records. Come see us. I'll get you done.
State sales tax paid is going to save you thousands on its own.
Man, it doesn't matter if you live in Oklahoma or Arkansas. A lot of the 60 days till you have to pay your taxes. So you got no money down. You got your state sales tax paid, and we're paying for your gas. I got a couple banks. I might could go 90 or 120 days first payment. Come see us.
State sales tax paid and free gas all summer long. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith.
Budweiser, the American lager. A time-honored recipe, true to our original process, brewed using the choicest hops, rice, and best barley malt, delivering great quality beer since 1876. Budweiser. This Bud's for you. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2024 Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Lager Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Spring is in the air, and the fish are biting, the gobblers are strutting, and the trees are blooming. Gelco Outdoors, your locally owned one-stop shop, is ready to help you get outside and enjoy the great outdoors. Stop by and let our friendly staff help you get the gear you need. Gelco Outdoors, your store for hunt, fish, and work. That's what we do. Gelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith. Shop local. Shop Gelco Outdoors.
Spring has arrived, bringing warmer days, road trips, and unpredictable spring showers. That's why it's the perfect time to visit Southern Tire Mart. From top quality tires to expert service at competitive prices, we'll make sure your vehicle is ready for all your spring adventures. Visit our Fort Smith location at 9700 Highway 271 and let us prepare your ride for whatever the season brings. Southern Tire Mart is a proud dealer of Yokohama tires. We keep America rolling.
Doe's Eat Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice of drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Doe's Eat Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Doe's Eat Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas is growing, and we're looking for motivated sales professionals with digital marketing and media sales experience to join our team. If you have a background in digital or media sales, love sports, and enjoy building relationships and helping businesses grow, we want to hear from you. We offer excellent pay, a market-leading commission structure, and full benefits including health, dental, vision, and life insurance. Ready to join an exciting team environment where every day is different? Send your resume to sales@hitthatline.com. That's sales@hitthatline.com. Pearson Broadcasting is an equal opportunity employer. Lewis Automotive, celebrating over 80 years, since 1946. No pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The challenge is over, but the deals aren't. Come take advantage of the thank you event only at Lewis Automotive.
a Barbie world. Life in plastic, it's fantastic. You can brush my hair, undress me everywhere. Imagination, life is your creation.
Barbie, let's go party.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
Literally never thought I would be hearing Barbie Girl here on halftime, Matt Jones.
It's a tribute. It's not the best song in the world. It's just a tribute to the best stadium that's not in the world. It's that Missouri Tigers stadium that's made of plastic.
Guess where we get to go in a couple of weeks? Well, it'd be no, it's 2 weeks. Kentucky Stadium is even more plastic than Mizzou.
You can't be called the Bluegrass State anymore if you're going to play on turf. And that doesn't. The best field I told Phil, I told you this many times. The best field I ever played on that wasn't Arkansas Razorback Stadium was the field in Lexington. The grass was cut perfect. We played for 4 hours. We won a game. It's like it was perfect.
Man, it's not bluegrass. Maybe it's painted to look like bluegrass. Maybe it's like blue plastic. Maybe I'll call it that when we're there. Because, well, they have brown plastic, they have green plastic. There's no actual blue plastic there. And not even the pitcher's mound. At least Missouri's field has a real pitcher's mound.
That's true.
I don't think Kentucky's does. I know Vanderbilt's doesn't. Kentucky's might. I don't want them to because I don't like Kentucky baseball. I don't like Kentucky basketball. I don't really have a feeling about Kentucky football one way or the other. So it is kind of fun, watching Kentucky men's basketball just sort of wriggle, wondering if they're going to field the team next year and hate on their coach. You could start nicknaming Mark Pope the Big Whiff. He's like Rob Deere. The thing is that every once in a while, if anybody remembers Rob Deere, a slugger for the Brewers and the Tigers in the 80s and the 90s, all he did was strike out and hit home runs. The thing is that every once in a while you hit a home run to go with those strikeouts. I think Kentucky's waiting for one of those home runs.
Well, they struck out on that kid that just went to Kansas, didn't they?
They sure did.
Apparently, that guy signed a letter of intent with Kansas before he visited Kentucky.
Yeah, I saw Matt Jones from KSR had intel about that. So that also, you kind of wonder a little bit about. Wasn't this a kid who withdrew from high school before the season started? I remember reading about that too. I kind of wonder a little if Kansas is getting in this position that they were with Darren Peterson, where if there's a little twinge.
Seems like a bad actor to me.
Right, he won't get out there and play. So this is also somebody that has seen what happened with Darren Peterson in Kansas. I'm not thinking he's saying, I can do the same thing there, but he can do the same thing there if it comes to it.
They had a big man that a couple years ago that was it Joel Embiid? Same thing. That's kind of the common thing at Kansas. You go there and don't have to play. I think Joel Embiid was a Kansas Jayhawk, and he didn't play much because he was hurt the whole time.
Yeah, so what does it matter very much if they're an Adidas school when he never has to put the shoes on to begin with? Well, we say that here on April the 29th. We'll see what happens when they get to November and he's got to suit up against somebody. 877-377-6963 is the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. If you want to get with us, we have no more guests, you and us. I cut out at 1:30. If you got any more like 80s or 90s whiff or home run guys, yeah, well, who would you call Mark Pope? Matt from the 501 likes Pete Incaviglia. Would have been a good one for him. Anybody for Mickey Tettleton? How about that one? Cecil Fielder? He ain't Fielder because Fielder had a lot of home runs to go along with the strikeouts. I think with Pope, they're waiting for a home run or two. Hour 3 of halftime right after this.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LimbirdTeam.com, LIMBIRD.
Back again, Harry Robinson, Saddlesall Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddlesall. If you're looking to trade in and trade up or just outright sell your vehicle, nobody will pay you more than Harry Robinson's Saddlesall Ford.
Yes, Tommy, most of the time, these are sales ads. We're not trying to sell you anything. We want to buy what you have. I mean, auctions are depleted right now. It's hard to get inventory. And so we're reaching out to you, the customer, the consumer. We want to buy your vehicle. Hey, if you want to trade up on a new one, we'll get you taken care of too. But this is not a sales commercial. We want to buy your vehicle.
So even if I'm not going to buy one from you, you'll buy mine.
Yes, definitely. Just give us a shot. Even if you're buying something somewhere else and you want to get just a little bit more money for your trade, another $1,000, $2,000, give us a shot. Give us the opportunity. The checkbook's open and I'm ready to write.
And it'll only take about 10 minutes to get you a top-notch appraisal on your vehicle and find out what it's worth. Harry Robinson, Saddlesall Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddlesall. Online at harryrobinson.com.
A friend is someone who knows where you came from, someone who always shows up when you need them, someone who's there for the good times and the challenging ones. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans backed by the team J.D. Power ranked #1 in customer satisfaction among auto insurers in the Central Region 7 of the last 8 years.
Call Brad Howe in Van Buren or call Ryan Hughes in Fort Smith.
Why do people love Shamrock Liquor Warehouse? Simple. They've got it all. 70 years in business, 15,000 square feet of choices. They buy in volume so you can save. What else? How about the largest selection of everything? Shamrock's got it. Special orders? Shamrock's got it. Convenient drive-through, open 6 days a week? Shamrock's got it. Need a keg for your party? Shamrock's got it. Load up at Shamrock Liquor Warehouse at the corner of Midland and Riverfront Drive in Fort Smith.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, a gradual increase in some sunshine. A high this afternoon will be in the upper 60s to low 70s. A decrease in the clouds, a slight chance of a shower across the south tonight. Overnight low mid-40s north, low 50s south. Thursday, a little bit more cloud cover sneaks in, highs into the upper 60s. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by COP CDL Academy. Want a life-changing career? Give them a call today at 479-632-1050 or check them out online at copcdlacademy.com.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. This is Halftime, coming at you from the Crabtree RV Studios on ESPN 95.3. Broadcasting on ESPN Arkansas and streaming on hitthatline.com.
We got a good one tonight. You got a team in here that could respect it.
Live from the Busch Light Studio.
Don't ask me if I'm all right. What can't they dominate? And we not doing it.
We're going to go get one and celebrate on somebody else's field.
Yeah.
People said you had very motivational words at halftime.
It's halftime with Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
From the bottom of my toes to the top of my head. What's my heart, dog? Let's go, man.
I have zero respect for saying no moss at halftime.
Name of one Razorback is vintage Matt Jones.
The Cinderella story is over, man.
Let's go.
Call or text 877-377-6963. Now, here's Phil Olsen and Matt Jones.
Back on halftime, 1:01 in the afternoon. Phil Elson live at Baum-Walker Stadium. The one and only Matt Jones at the ESPN Arkansas headquarters, and Hall of Famer Emmy Award winner Clay Henry in his home studios. And the Hogs right now are in their pregame workout. Got about 30 minutes left. Brand new graduate Camden Kojal just finished around here, Clay. I saw the photos of Cam at graduation. Was that from yesterday?
It's from the last couple of days.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that was, it might have been from last week. I don't know.
Oh.
No, he would have been in Missouri last weekend. That guy is amazing to me. I mean, in so many ways, so organized, so thorough, and taking care of his business, and the word scholar athlete. Do you remember he was the state of Nebraska scholar athlete when he went to Vanderbilt? He told me when he got here that he probably could graduate in 2 years, that he had found out through his counselor here at Arkansas that a lot of courses that he took at Creighton Prep in Lincoln. He went, I think Milford South was his school, but really nearby is Creighton Prep, and he was able to go take some college courses there. Vanderbilt didn't accept him. Arkansas did, and Arkansas accepted his Vanderbilt courses too. But he's got a degree in business administration, and he'll put it to good use.
I'm sure he will with Camden Kojal Outdoors. Absolutely.
It could be anything.
It really could.
It
It
could
really
be
was
anything.
already got. He's already got a business going.
He's a people person. Yeah. I know that there's several companies that he's helped and done. I don't know if you call them internships, but been around some companies that they would hire him in a heartbeat. But he'll try professional baseball. And I don't know how that's going to go, but I don't ever doubt anything that he does. It's going to be successful.
RJ in Lowell has called our Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Hey, RJ, how you doing today?
Hey, I'm good. How about you guys?
Great, thank you. What's up?
Hey, just had a comment on the artificial turf discussion. I know it was a little bit ago, but I'm a truck driver and just got signal.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to play some what's now D2 football, and one of the recruiting highs was that the school that I ended up going to said, well, we're the only college in the entire state to have turf. So I thought, hey, that's cool, because it's early 80s, that kind of stuff wasn't around, And I get there, and it is literally carpet glued to solid concrete.
Glued.
And I know that because there was a seam about halfway between the numbers and the sideline that split. And they put the carpet glue down. You could see the trowel marks in it, and they painted it green.
That's rough, right
Yeah,
there.
so
Well, at least it was green. At least they made it look.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't look like grass. It just looks like green concrete.
Yeah, it looked okay from the stand. And you talk about hard. Of course, this is back in the day before concussion was really even thought about. But you saw people get their bells rung every day when there was live tackling. People got up dazed every day off of that thing. But it's not there anymore. They have the field turf or whatever it's called now. But yeah, I couldn't help but chuckle when you guys were talking about the baseball player getting tripped up.
Well, yeah. Thanks for the call. And here's the thing about the turf. So your motion, your energy, the power, when you cut in the grass, it has a natural give to it. And then when you cut in turf, it doesn't give. So that energy has to go somewhere, and it goes up through your ACL. It goes up through your ankle. It goes up through your back. That's where the power, that motion's going, where when you have the natural grass, there's a little bit of a give to it. The turf doesn't. It catches. There's not as much give to it.
I just can't even think that you'd be able to mimic grass perfectly. There's no way you can do it.
Well, it's all about what we were talking about earlier. It's about money. You save money because it's cheaper to have a field turf field instead of having to pay somebody to take care of the grass field all the time.
The visualization of sitting there in a press box at a baseball park that has all plastic on the field, while just past left field is some giant, lush practice football field made of grass, just to me was ridiculous. It's right there. I mean, it's right. Do they not mow that giant field? Do they not have upkeep on that? Do they not spend money on that? But they won't do it on the baseball field.
And the whole saying 20 years ago, or however long ago it was when you play on turf, you play faster. So if you're got a team that has a lot of speed on it, then that was the whole selling point. Well, you're going to play faster on turf.
Well, the entire 1980s St. Louis Cardinals were built off that idea, and it worked. I mean, they played a fun brand of baseball, Vince Coleman and Willie McGee and Ozzie Smith and Pendleton and
St. Louis Rams, greatest show on turf, right? With those receivers, we're going to play fast. We're just going to be faster than them.
Do those careers last longer than any other career, though? That would be my question. I don't think they do. I really don't think they do. Thanks for the topic there, RJ. Yeah, I just brought it up because Clay, I'd seen this video of Ole Miss and Mississippi State played their annual Governor's Cup game yesterday in Pearl, which used to be a AA ballpark, and it hasn't had a AA team there for a year. So I think that they have they've put field turf on it because it's now an independent team that's not going to necessarily treat the field the same way that an affiliated team is going to treat the field. You have to play on grass in the minor league. There aren't any, I don't know any minor league fields that are made of turf or affiliated minor league fields that are made of turf. There used to be some. There really aren't very many anymore. And there's Will Furness, and I couldn't tell with Furness because he's a big he's a big first baseman that doesn't run well. Remember his I think it was his dad, Eddie Furness, is a legend at LSU, and his son plays at Ole Miss, and he's good. He's not to Eddie Furness's level, but I couldn't tell if he tripped himself up because he's got big goofy feet, or if the field tripped him up because a giant chunk of the field came undone when he fell on it. It's just funny to look at, of this big flap of turf that Mike Bianco goes over, picks up, and looks underneath, and yet they're going to continue to play on it when the game's all done. Here at Palm, you don't have to worry about that at all. And by the way, there was a little dead patch in right field a week or 2 weeks ago. Guess what? There isn't anymore. There's no dead patch in right field. These people know what they're doing on how to make a baseball field actually, I don't know, grow grass.
They overseeded it, and boom, it's back.
That's exactly right. They know exactly what it is that they're doing. Might as well play it on the parking lot, is what Cliff says. Now, my high school baseball team, because it's in Pittsburgh and we're practicing in February, we were practicing outdoors, and we couldn't get the gym. We couldn't get the gym after school was over because it's basketball season. So it's 6 a.m, baseball practices on a basketball floor. You think you're really gonna learn how to field a ground ball on a hardwood? That was funny. Go ahead and try to play baseball on a basketball court, man. It doesn't work very well.
They tried to take that into consideration. When I was in college at UCA, the Ferris Center had, I don't know what they called it. I called it tartan turf, but I don't think that's what it was. It was a rubber floor, and they could practice baseball in there, hit ground balls off of it. It was a rubber floor.
Imagine sliding on that. All right, everybody, we're going to practice head first slides on a rubber floor. Ooh,
bring your sliding pads. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe bring the Wet and Wild. I think that would be the thing to do. 877-377-6963, our Lewis Automotive Group hotline today. Want to remind you about Flyway Brewing Company with a fantastic lunch menu, plenty of space for private dining, and, of course, Flyway's fresh beer, cold, crisp, and ready when the workday wraps up. They got big screens, so you never miss a moment of the big game. Great food, fresh beer, all the action at Flyway Brewing Company in Fayetteville on Zion Road. Make it your next stop. The homework for Christian the Unit Johnston, because this goes to the expansion of the NCAA tournament, we're trying to figure out a name for the new 12-team round, because it has to be alliterative. You're in a world where you got Sweet 16, Final Four, Elite Eight, March Madness, First Four, so it's got to be a couple of Ds. And we thought maybe Dirty Dozen would work. I'm a bigger fan, Matt, of Delusional Dozen. I think that one fits.
Next, by Stone Temple Pilots, and they got a song called Dead and Bloated. I think it's the Dead and Bloated Dozens. I love it.
But they're not magnificent. We're going sarcastic. It just isn't. It's not alliterative. I think it may fit the Delusional Dozen, but the Dirty Dozen was the one I settled on first. And Clay, you've seen the Dirty Dozen World War II movie with that great cast from 1967.
Yes.
Charles Bronson is
one of
in
my
that
favorite.
movie.
That wasn't.
John Cassavetes is in that movie.
Yes.
There's 5 or 6 others that are just legends.
What was the first date you said you and Miss Jean Ann went on? What was your
A
movie
Bridge
date?
Too Far. That was our first date.
I thought. See, for some reason, I thought it was Dirty Dozen. A Bridge Too Far.
Jean Ann said it was very romantic.
Donald Sutherland, Ernest Borgnine, Telly Savalas, Jim Brown. I mean, come on. Unit's never seen the Dirty Dozen. Guess what he's doing this weekend?
Oh, yeah.
You ever see? Yeah, World War II movies are the best war movies, Unit. You're going to enjoy this one, all right?
How about for this first round, the Dippity Doo Dozen?
The Dippity Doo Dozen. Now, that's triple alliterative. That might actually work for me. Stay with us in a moment. We are back for one more segment with me. Then I'm headed down to the field to talk baseball with Dave Van Horn. Halftime returns right after this.
Lewis Automotive, celebrating over 80 years since...
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
It's a dandy white perch. Big old slab. C'est bon, sacalé.
One beautiful crappie.
It's a paper mouth.
Some serious crappie. Nice speck.
We got crappie.
They might go by different names, but all prefer the same thing. Bobby Garland, America's favorite white perch, slab, sockeye, papermouth, crappie, speck, crappie baits.
I call it dinner.
From sauce to dust to nuggets. Diablo dusted crispy chicken nuggets. No, they don't come in mild. That would make like 0 sense with the name. Or the whole explosion thing we just did. New Diablo Dusted Crispy Chicken Nuggets. A brand new classic. Only at Taco Bell.
Lewis Automotive has been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 75 years and it's just getting started.
Our knowledgeable sales team is here to find you the perfect vehicle to fit not only your lifestyle, but also your budget.
Our factory-trained service technicians keep your vehicle running at optimal level.
And if you're looking for genuine parts and accessories, our team has exactly what you need.
Relax in our comfortable lounge, and when your car's ready, we'll return it to you spotless.
Thank you for being a part of our story.
Come see us at Lewis Automotive Group, where you're more than a customer, you're family.
If your Razorback closet needs an upgrade, the University of Arkansas Game Day Collection is what you are looking for. Only at Roback.com. They have brand new Arkansas hoodies and polos that are selling fast. Go to Roback.com to check out their new apparel. That's Roback.com. RHOBACK.com. Use the code RUSH26 for 20% off your first order. Roback, where action meets comfort.
David Bowie got more fame with his #1 hit titled Fame. John Lennon co-wrote and sounded some of the high notes. The last line in the first verse sums it up. Fame puts you there where things are hollow. John 12:43 tells us that many people rejected Jesus because they loved the fame of people more than the praise of God. Is it any wonder you get more fame by rejecting the name of Jesus? I'm Pastor E. from Woodland. Think about it.
Hello, this is Sebastian County Assessor Zach Johnson here to remind you to assess your personal property by May 31st to avoid late penalty. You can do this in person at one of our 3 locations, over the phone, or online by going to www.countyservice.net. I would also like to remind any current homeowners or any individuals buying their homes on contract to contact our office and check on your eligibility for the homestead tax credit. Contact us today to see if you qualify. The homestead tax credit could save you up to $600 off your tax bill.
So I had pain in my feet for a good 20 years.
It felt like I was standing on marbles.
Something wasn't working with my feet. Was diagnosed with plantar fasciitis.
If your feet aren't comfortable, the rest of the body suffers.
So I went into the Good Feet store and bam. They wanted to make sure that they gave me the right arch support.
You put in the arch supports. To me, it was almost miraculous.
It really brought me back to being able to be me.
I can run, I can walk. This is not something that you could solve online.
Reclaim the good life with a free arch support fitting at the Good Feet store. Good feet, good life.
Gas all summer long. Harry Robinson Buick GMC, easy to find. Exit 11 off I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss. You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline, serving Northwest Arkansas for over 80 years. Since 1946. No pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The challenge is over, but the deals aren't. Come take advantage of the thank you event only at Lewis Automotive. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
Hall of Famer Clay Henry as well. Matt, I only know the version of that song by Chuck Berry from Jackrabbit Slims. Who did that?
That was the
one?
Pelicans right there. It's Uma Thurman, C. Mid's birthday, and we're just celebrating. We played a tribute to Willie Nelson. We were trying to get a Jerry Seinfeld thing going on or a Daniel Day-Lewis, but more music stuff. It was a great day to have a birthday. I mean, I'm looking at the list of birthdays. What a
Tell it who's all the birthdays. This is an all-star day.
This isn't all of them, but Catherine Langford. I don't know if you guys know her or not, but then you got Jay Cutler, everybody's favorite quarterback. He's the people's quarterback. One of my favorite, I would put her on the top 5 list. Uma Thurman. If you were to say just drop
Love
down,
Uma Thurman.
gorgeous.
Absolutely.
And then Andre.
I can't even believe I'm still working with Unit after his opinion.
I can't believe she was on the mid list either. But Andre Agassi, in our generation, we remember Andre Agassi. He had the long hair, then he went bald.
The long hair was a wig.
He was Andre Agassi, Master P. He was the best basketball player that was a rapper. Then another one, we don't know if Scarface Michelle Pfeiffer is on the mid list or Dangerous Minds. We need to find out. But Michelle Pfeiffer, Willie Nelson, Jerry Seinfeld, and then one of my favorite actors, Leo DiCaprio, Tom Hardy. You got all these actors that I like, but Daniel Day-Lewis turns 16.
She is not on the mid list.
Oh,
I was in a movie with Daniel Day-Lewis, Matt. Did you know that? Was in a movie with him. Actually,
you watched the movie?
No, I was on camera in a movie in a scene with Daniel Day-Lewis.
Any chance he remembers who you were?
No, not at all. I would have been the kid wearing a Cubs hat. Yeah, they filmed this movie that was called Waterworld. I think he played a
that was Kevin Costner.
No,
right?
it's a different Waterworld. Okay. It's not the bomb that Kevin Costner financed himself. It was a movie involving teachers at a school, and they used a school in Pittsburgh, and I'm in high school, and they brought a whole 2 school buses worth of students from my school over to that movie as extras, and we all got the crispest, flattest $50 bill you've ever seen in your life for that day. They fed us McDonald's, and it's like the woman who was in charge of us. I guess she was a casting director of some sort. We're supposed to dress like we were in the 70s because this movie took place in the 70s. I'm wearing a Chicago Cubs hat. And she sees this hat. You can tell she has no clue anything about professional sports in the United States because she sees me wearing the Cubs hat and she says in her British accent, "Oh, what does that mean? Does that mean champions?" I'm like, well, actually, it's kind of the opposite of champions, ma'am. Sorry, Unit. Not really. But yes, I was in a movie with Daniel Day-Lewis.
That's pretty cool.
Happy birthday, speaking of baseball hats, to the oldest living Hall of Famer. Luis Aparicio turns 92 years old today.
That's a Jason Strahan.
And he retired in 1972. This is somebody that actually knows what it's like to play for the White Sox in the World Series in the old Comiskey Park. And he turns 92 today. So just throw that onto the birthdays.
I was going to you already blew it, but I was going to ask for homework. Christian, well, he could name the team that Aparicio played for.
Okay, well, we can still probably ask it. You might be surprised.
Keep in mind, he forgets one of the 4 Beatles about once every couple of months. What team did Luis Aparicio play for that he was inducted into the Hall of Fame as, Unit?
I've never heard of him.
He didn't even listen to what we were just saying.
Oh, the Cubs.
No,
the White Sox.
Literally just spent like 2 minutes.
I heard Cubs and White Sox, but I didn't know.
Well, you had a 50-50 chance.
because
you could have just said Chicago.
Because you don't listen to anything we say, you now have to put a poster of Uma Thurman on your bedroom wall.
I'm gonna bring one. We need one for
That's
the
why I
studio.
groan, so y'all know I'm listening.
We need a Uma Thurman in the
I think you
studio.
just groan every once in a while, so we know you're still there.
And it's funny, but a lot of the times, yeah, I mean, it lets y'all know I'm listening.
I'm still not even really sure if you are. 877-377-6963.
Buttons to push.
Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Our halftime playlist on a daily basis is brought to you by Bath Makeover of Arkansas. Local Arkansas business installs American-made bathtubs, showers, and walk-in tubs. Tub-to-shower conversion is a popular choice for easier access. This is revolutionary laser-etch shower walls that offer the look of tile without all the maintenance. Expert installation in as little as 1 day. They offer a lifetime product warranty, and they got 3 showrooms across the state of Arkansas, Little Rock, Harrison, and El Dorado. And you can learn more at 1-800-NEW-BATH, 1-800-NEW-BATH, bathmakeoverar.com. Got a very special offer coming into the month of May. They're now looking for 30 homes to participate in the Spring Into Savings event. You'll get half off installation of a bathtub or shower, 0% interest financing options as well, $200 gas card with a purchase. And if they just come in and give you an estimate, $50 Walmart gift card, 1-800-NEW-BATH. BE says make it a Kill Bill 2 poster.
I mean, I can get behind that.
That's in the tight yellow outfit.
It's the homage to was it the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar in his Bruce Lee when he was doing the I can't think of that movie, but it's an homage to that.
I think you're right. I think that is what it is. All right, so you're going to be force-fed a new appreciation for Uma Thurman unit because you don't listen to a thing that we say here on halftime. It's the Chicago White Sox is the team that Luis Aparicio goes into the Hall of Fame as. I'd only said it about a minute after.
Well, maybe because they don't have many Hall of
you.
Famers. I just didn't know. Chicago, yeah, I don't like the White Sox either.
That's the thing is that the Cubs fans would call the White Sox the minor league team, and then the White Sox went on and won the World Series before the Cubs did. So go figure. 877-377-6963 is the Lewis Automotive Group hotline.
My favorite manager for the White Sox was Ozzie Guillen. I don't know if you remember, but he had the sound bite. They'd flip to him, and I think he's kind of what your boy does for the San Francisco Giants. Like he always has a sound bite, and he's always ready just to kind of say whatever the question that you ask him, he's going to just say whatever he wants. It doesn't matter what you ask.
That got him into trouble when he answered about Fidel Castro once, and he's the manager of the Miami Marlins, and he hasn't managed since then. All right, I got to head down to the field. Team workout is concluded. Matt and the unit and Clay will take over, and I'll be back with you guys tomorrow. So stay with the folks. They're with halftime.
Fired up. Let's go. What are you fired up about? Life, the football, the media, the press, the fans, the world, my wife, my family, my grandkids, everything, you name it.
This is halftime.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season.
I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Being young with unlimited energy to burn. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
All guys lose their edge when they turn 40. The body has less testosterone. That's why I take Nugenix Total T.
I've heard about Nugenix. That really works?
Since I started taking Nugenix, I'm lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. I feel more energized at work. It's even spiced up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles for people to try?
Yep, send a text. It's that easy.
Text FORCE to 42424 right now for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T. It's the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and they'll also send you a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, their newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text FORCE to 42424. That's FORCE to 42424.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent.
You're listening to Halftime Live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
The best Tex-Mex and even better service is at Joe's Grill and Cantina in Fort Smith. Every day, Joe's Grill makes fresh from scratch salsas, queso dip, and guacamole with crispy warm chips to start your meal. Plus fajitas, enchiladas, tacos, burritos, and more that will make your experience one you won't forget. Great Tex-Mex and even better service. Joe's Grill and Cantina, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps.
It's Kubota Orange Day sales event at Gray Brothers in Fort Smith and Poto. Whenever you're ready, we're ready with Kubota equipment in stock. Hay equipment to zero-turn mowers and Kubota tractors. From the small subcompact DX up to the large Kubota M7 cab tractor and everything in between. Why wait? When at Gray Brothers, it's in stock and on sale. That's Gray Brothers Equipment in Fort Smith and Poto, where if you pick orange, you'll never get a lemon.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050, COP CDL Academy.
W&W Automotive has moved back to their original location at 1600 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Same friendly folks offering the same great service. Now inside the original W&W building. Routine maintenance to major repairs, including front-end work and alignments, and specializing in AC systems. It's W&W Automotive. Call Mark or Kelly at 242-1600 or drop by their original location at the corner of Towson Avenue and South O in Fort Smith. W&W Automotive. Looking forward to seeing you there.
Legal challenges can feel like a mountain in your path, but you don't have to climb it alone. Hi, this is James Teague. At Teague Law Firm in Rogers, we provide the experience, personal representation you deserve. Whether it's family law, criminal defense, or personal injury, we are dedicated to protecting what matters most to you. From divorce and custody trials and all other forms of litigation, Teague Law Firm fights for your results. Trust our team that Northwest Arkansas has relied on for over 30 years. Call Teague Law Firm today at 479-877-1688 or visit our website at teague-law.com. The Teague Law Firm. If we can't help you, we'll talk baseball.
Ace has always been the helpful place, and now we're even more helpful by offering instant savings to Ace Rewards members. Just sign up at Metters Lumber Ace Hardware to start saving right at the register. Buy now, get $100 off an Ego 56 volt trimmer and blower combo, or buy an Ego 56V Select cut walk behind mower and get a free battery, a $329 value. After instant savings with your Ace Rewards card. Ace, the helpful place. Must be an Ace Rewards member to receive instant savings. Available through the end of the month. See participating stores for details.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Lady, lovely lady, strolling slowly towards the sun. Green-eyed lady, ocean lady, smoothing every raging wave that comes. Green-eyed lady, passion's lady, dressed in black, she lives for life to be. Green-eyed lady is life I never see. Setting suns and lonely lovers free.
You're listening to Halftime with Phil Elson and Matt Jones. Want to jump in the conversation? Call or text 877-377-6963. All guests join us on the Lewis Automotive Hotline. Lewis Automotive, serving drivers since 1946 and built on a tradition of trust. Enjoy the music you hear on Halftime? Of course you do. Our Halftime playlist is brought to you by Bath Makeover of Arkansas. Right now, Bath Makeover of Arkansas is looking for 50 lucky homeowners who will get 50% off installation of a brand new bathtub or shower. Call 1-800-NEW-BATH, 1-800-NEW-BATH, or go to bathmakeoverar.com. Let's get back to the show with Phil Elson and Matt Jones.
All right. Phil Elson steps away for the last couple segments. So this Hall of Fame Wednesday, the unit on the board, Fisherman Clay Henry with us as well. And you guys, if you guys want to get in with us, give us a shout, text us, call us, 877-377-6963. We've been having a fun show today. Clay, one thing we haven't really got on was the NFL draft, and wanted to kind of get your thoughts. Kind of how you take the NFL draft in. Is it like you don't really worry about it, but then you look, say, hey, where'd the Arkansas guys go? And that's kind of what I wanted to talk about was the 4 Arkansas guys that got drafted. And sometimes it's about fit and where you end up.
Well, I think that's right. And I think that there are times where it's not best to go in as a starter. You just bide your time. I'm talking about quarterbacks in more than I am any other position. I think you want to be on the field, the other positions. But I think for Taylor Green to go to Cleveland, now I got to be honest. I think eventually he's going to play a different position. I mean, I don't.
He's just kind of reluctant to. You could kind of tell in that Gruden thing.
He wants a shot.
Yeah, and you got to respect that a little. You got to respect that.
He's going to grow into that and see what he can do and what he can't do, and they're going to eventually somebody's going to tell him. Might be an agent that tells him, hey, for your own sanity, you might want to go over there and take some snaps at wide receiver or tight end.
Yeah, put on 30 pounds and put your hand. The way the H-back is nowadays, and that's what Phil and we kind of had that discussion. It was either on Monday or Tuesday, but it was when you're going into all that process and you're sitting in rooms with the GMs and the coaches, and I'm not saying Taylor Green's a selfish guy. That's not what I'm saying at all. But it comes across that way, and not being a team player, being like, nope, I'm just going to play quarterback. That's what I want to do. Instead of saying, hey, I'm a football player. I'm 6'6". I run a 4.3. Of course, I want to play.
I mean, you're speaking from the position of I played quarterback, and then I played wide receiver in
I'd
the
much
league.
rather play quarterback, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Like I think
that's your dream, yeah.
Right?
Yeah, and I think that it's okay to go with an idea that you're going to prove everybody wrong. But what if you can't? You have to realize I wasn't able to prove everybody wrong. Now, let's prove some people right. Let's go play another position. I mean, the perfect example, aside from you, is George Wilson, who played wide receiver in college, played wide receiver for, I think, 3 years, and he's making all these plays on special teams. It's like, well, dude, you can tackle. Let's just put you at safety. And then he's a 10-year
high
vet.
IQ guy. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, high character, IQ, totally prepared. I've listened to George talk about how he approached the NFL, and it was I'm going to put every waking minute into learning how to play strong safety. And then I'm going to go out there, and when we scrimmage, I'm going to make plays. I'm going to prove it in practice, and he did. And made an impression on the coach, who became a head coach, and they, pulled him over to Buffalo.
It takes one. Hey, we got a phone caller, and then we'll continue on. Let's go to the phone lines. What do we got?
Steven in Nashville.
Steven, what's up, dude?
Hey, thanks for taking my call. It's just a quick question I've been wondering, though, because I hadn't seen it happen. But on the tennis, when they got rid of the tennis, does the kids that's in Arkansas, do they have to go to another school, or do they lose their scholarships till they graduate, or how does that work? The ones that's already here.
That's a good question. Clay might know that.
It was announced. Yeah, it was in the release, the news release that the athletic department put out. Anybody that's there, they have several options. One, they can stay on scholarships. If they're freshmen, they can stay there for 3 more years and get their degree. The University of Arkansas owns scholarship. Whatever they had, they get to keep as far as scholarship. If they want to go to another school, they're cut loose. They're able to enter the portal and be picked up with immediate eligibility. And if you signed with Arkansas, say you're a high school kid, you're finishing your senior year, and you signed a letter of intent, either on the men's team or the women's team, you can still come to Arkansas, and they will honor their commitment for a 4-year scholarship. So that's the way that worked. I doubt there'll be too many people hang around unless, maybe you're in your last year and makes a lot of sense to come back next year and get your degree in a semester or whatever. You might want to do that, but most of these kids are going to have opportunities to play tennis somewhere else, and that's what they'll do.
Thanks, Steve. That's
good question.
Yeah, you kind of wonder about. That's the right thing to do, I think.
Yeah, I don't think it's altogether dead yet. I just don't. I just have this feeling that something's going to happen, and I know that I talked to Robert Cox yesterday at length, and I know Grant Hall mentioned earlier in the show that a group of lettermen and boosters are meeting with Chancellor Robinson to present an option that that they've bankrolled it for the future, and if that happens, maybe tennis isn't gone. But it's interesting that they're meeting with the chancellor and not the athletic director.
Well, let's. I think I hope that they can figure it out in tennis, because a lot of these kids, they come to school. You're playing a sport that pays for your college, but all we talk about are the 3 or 4 kids that are going to go pro. But 95% of these kids that go to college, they're playing that sport so they can get a degree and go out into the world.
Matt, tennis is a little bit unique, and I don't totally understand it, but a lot of these tennis scholarship athletes have already had their pro careers.
Yeah.
They've already dabbled in it and realized that they need to go get a degree, and they're using their skills. So they might be a little older, not terribly older, but the international kids, they turn pro and go to academies really early. It's the same type model in Europe that club soccer has, and that but they're able to test their skills, at a young age in the pro circuits, and then they might come to college, and it's an interesting world. Nothing is the way it used to be. It is without question the new signee from Finland. He played in the pro league in Serbia, and we have 2 sets of rules: one for international kids and one for the American kids. Which I don't quite get. And that was one of the things that the Baylor coach pointed out, and so did Nate Oates at Alabama, that if you're a foreign player, you can have a pro career, but if you're an American kid, you can't. So it's that's the way they've set it up, and oftentimes none of it makes any sense, Matt.
Well, that's true. It's it makes dollars and cents, but it doesn't make common sense.
No, it doesn't.
We had on our ESPN Arkansas Lewis Automotive Hotline. Is it still Lewis Automotive Hotline? Okay, right on. We had somebody ask about Anthony Lucas and what's your thoughts on him being the new Fayetteville High head coach, Clay? I know we both know I'm a big time Anthony Lucas fan, so I'm a little partial to him. But what's your thoughts? And you got any cool Anthony Lucas stories?
Well, yeah, I've got. I can talk on Anthony a long time. He's one of my favorites, and he came to Arkansas as a Prop 48. The NCAA didn't accept some of his credits, and so he had to go the extra mile. So he set out his true freshman year, and then and he and Marvin Caston both came from the same area of Louisiana, were Prop 48s, and antiquated rule that apparently is finally gone by the wayside. But he was able to enroll, and I remember Harold Horton calling me and saying, we're having a birthday party in my office for Anthony Lucas and Marvin Caston. And I said, well, what's the birthday party? And he says they got their ACT scores in, and they're going to be able to go through spring practice because they're qualified now. But that was the first time I had met Anthony, and I thought, wow, this is a interesting cat. He talked about riding around with his grandfather on Sunday. His grandfather preached at, I think it was 8 different black churches in that area of Louisiana. He went to every service and helped his grandfather. And I mentioned something about one of my daughters, and he said, I think she was sick or something. He said, let's just get down on our knees and pray.
That's the type of man he is.
I was like, get down on our knees. We're in Harold Horton's office. I know what it was. Harold mentioned, he knew what was going on at our house. And Anthony grabbed my hand and he said, let's get on our knees and pray. And I thought, well, I've met a con man.
Well, that's exactly. So there's a baseball guy you're talking about that. It's like in the first time
can't be that good.
You can't be that genuine and good, and then you realize he's
the same every time.
Yep.
That's Anthony. I think he'll do well at Fayetteville High. I pull for him. He's one of my favorite ex-Razorbacks, and if he sees you in a crowd, he's going to come through the crowd.
Great smile, looks you in the
grab
eye.
you and hug. He's a hugger, and it's always Mr. Clay. He's never called me anything else besides that, and he wants to know. He called my family by name. Wants to know how each one of them are doing. But yeah, he's. I have not checked in on him at Fayetteville High, but I probably will in the coming weeks, and I know he's going to do well. They're going to love him. He's the real McCoy. There's a handful of people like him that in my past that I'll mention and compare him to. Paul Eels was the same way. I can remember talking to my dad the first time he played golf with Paul, and he goes, Clay, this guy's either a con man or he's the best human being that's ever come down the road to Little Rock, Arkansas. And the latter turned out to be true. You just can't believe he's that good of a person.
Well, and I was a sophomore at Van Buren High School playing a basketball game, Clay, and he came down. I think he was dating a girl that was at Van Buren at the time, and he came down to the game to watch the basketball game.
This is
Anthony Lucas when I was 15 years old, and I never forget it because it always makes me think that how these high school coaches and somebody being in the state up there at Arkansas with players that, man, you gotta get the high school kids. You gotta get when players like that come into the gym, everybody stops and notice, and there's a little buzz going on, and then everybody wants to play a little bit better. You're like, Anthony Lucas is in the gym. We got to go out there and
play.
Got to
show out. Yeah. I want to put my best foot forward. Well, I can. I went down to do a story on Hunter Henry when he signed with Arkansas. He was our cover guy on our recruiting issue, Hogs Illustrated, and I was coming out of Kevin Kelly's office, and here came Anthony. He said, "I heard you were here. I heard you were here." And I said, "Well, yeah." And he goes, "Well, I got out of what I was doing. I wanted to come down and hug your neck." Just made me feel good all over. And that's what he does. He's going to make you feel good.
He's authentic.
For seeing him.
He'll have success. All right, I want to ask you about one more player that we both like, and that's Carmona, who got drafted by the Tennessee Titans. I think that's a good fit for him.
Well, he's a ball player and a competitor, and I like him better at guard than I did at tackle. I think he'll be a better guard in that, got somebody on either side of you. You're in a phone booth, and he's going to fight his way out of the phone booth. He's the guy that plays through the whistle. Not everybody likes to play against a guy like that, but I want him on my team, and he's I think he'll play a number of years in the NFL, and I like his chances of making the roster.
Same. All right, Unit. Let's we're going to go to a commercial break, and then we're going to come back and wrap this show up.
In my entire adult life, I've never used the expression game face. So I have no idea what it means or what you're supposed to do.
This is halftime.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Enclaves at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. That's $4,000 off and 4.9% financing for up to 84 months on this luxurious third-row SUV. Or drive the brand-new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited-time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Attention Lions, your Wednesday nights just got a massive upgrade. This is Brooklyn from Papa's Pub. Starting this Wednesday, Papa's Pub and Pizzeria in downtown Fort Smith is launching UFIS night. Studying hard? Take a break. Hungry? We've got you covered. Just show your valid UFIS student ID and get 20% off your entire food order. Gather your roommates and head to Papa's Pub this Wednesday. Great food shouldn't break the student budget. Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Ave in downtown Fort Smith. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Hey everyone, Josh Earnhardt here at AAA Business Systems in Northwest Arkansas. Do you like doing business with local companies? Did you know that AAA Business Systems is one of only a few truly local office technology providers in Northwest Arkansas? Ask your current technology provider where their corporate office is, and let's keep your money in Northwest Arkansas. Buy local, support local. Call us today at 479-442-4185, and remember, anything else is just a copy.
Got a pest? Call West. If you have pest or termite problems in your home, call West today and learn how their 50 years combined experience can help solve your problems with competitive pricing and quality services, all designed with your pets and children in mind. Call today and schedule your free estimate. They even offer Saturday services and long life attic pest control. Call 782-7291. West Termite and Pest Control, protecting your home health and peace of mind.
The biggest rebates and the best interest rates on Ford F-150s right now at Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford.
Yes, you know, Tommy, right now it's kind of cool. You know, most manufacturers, they either allow you a big discount or you get special APR financing. It's one or the other, but it's never both, right? Well, right now, Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford, you get that rebate and you get your special APR incentive. And here's a big thing, guys, we want to buy your vehicle. Come and see us. We're giving top dollar for trades right now. Auctions are depleted. We've got to buy the inventory. You can't replace used inventory. You got to come and see us. We want to buy your vehicle. We're giving top dollar. Checkbook is open. We're ready to write. Come and see us. Harry Robinson Salisaw Ford. We'll get you a good deal on a new vehicle, or if you're not even in the market to buy, we want to buy your vehicle.
All right, bring your trade and check out F-150s, rebates and great interest rates at Harry Robinson's Salisaw Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Salisaw.
When a business has been around more than 65 years, you know they're doing something right. Hey, Ty Richardson for Johnny's Transmission. They've been trusted in Fort Smith and the River Valley since 1959. Located at 1212 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith, they strive to make every customer's experience outstanding and want your vehicle to be in the best condition for the road ahead. Check out their website, johnnystransmissionfs.com, and find them on Facebook. Johnny's Transmission, family owned and operated since 1959.
It's the all-you-can-eat breakfast buffet at Golden Corral. Enjoy the endless breakfast buffet with carved ham, tender pork chops, pancakes, French toast, made-to-order eggs and omelets, and, of course, the biscuits and gravy. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And from 8 to 9:30, seniors get all this and a drink for $10.29. Golden Corral, 1801 South Waldron, Fort Smith. Order online at goldencorral.com for curbside pickup or delivery. Golden Corral, the only one for everyone.
Lewis Automotive, celebrating over 80 years since 1946. No pressure, no hassle, just tradition. The challenge is over, but the deals aren't. Come take advantage of the thank you event only at Lewis Automotive.
When you're out with your friends in your new Mercedes-Benz and your on jogs, and just show up late for school cause you think you're really cool when you're on jogs, and you put on your headphones and you step into the zone when you're on jogs. But the world don't care if you're not there cause you're on jogs. Give it to me.
Welcome back into halftime, live from the Crabtree RV Center studios. Crabtree RV Center, where RVing is life.
All right, unit on the controls. Myself and Fisherman Clay Henry wrapping this thing up today.
I'm going to fish shortly.
Oh, you're going fishing? How? Yeah, the weather. What is this
Pretty
weather change like this? Is it still cloudy where you are a little bit?
No, we got bright sunshine. There's a
Okay.
few clouds around, but the fishermen will know what this means, but we still got the remnants of the caddis hatch, and I'm going to find a place over on the White River, one of my favorite places, and try to catch me another big brown. I've caught 3, in the 24-inch range.
Ooh.
Maybe one of them a little bit under that, maybe one of them a little bit over that, maybe close to 25. Those are big brown trout, and I'm going to, they're looking up. They're chasing those caddis. They don't rise all the way to them, but they'll come up in the water column a little bit, so you got a chance at them during the daytime.
Now, when you go trout fishing, and I've never fly fished ultralight, and I've done a lot of canoeing and fished, but we're a lot of smallmouth fishing. When you go trout fishing, do you catch any other fish but trout?
No, there's that cold water pretty much.
That's it.
Reduces. There's some rough fish. There's some carp in there. There's some, and then you get close to the Buffalo River, which is a warm, water stream.
Maybe some smallmouth.
There'll be some smallmouth in the mouth of that. And sometimes they'll get flushed into the river. They don't like it because the water is a lot colder. But yeah, you might catch a walleye pretty close to one of the dams. Underneath the dam, sometimes they release water over the top, and when that happens, there'll be some walleye come over the top. They want you to catch those and get them out of there because those big walleye will eat the small trout.
Ooh. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to be doing. I watched the soccer game yesterday that was Bayern and PSG. It's going to be a totally different game today with Atletico and Arsenal, but at 2:00 Champions League, I'll be checking that out.
Well, this is we're about to hit a pretty good run of soccer, Matt. I know
43 days, I think, until the World Cup.
Well, just think of it in this terms, about 6 weeks from now, I'll be in Soldier Field watching USA and Germany play a friendly. And I guess it's the last tune-up for those two teams before they play in the World Cup. But they'll probably play their good players for at least a half, maybe more. But daughter Sarah, who played college soccer, she's fired up. She found us tickets. We decided the World Cup tickets were too expensive, but this is the next best thing. This is
if I would have invested in Bitcoin 10 years ago, they wouldn't be too expensive. But yeah, it's
you would have lost that money in Vegas.
You're right. You're right. But they were, so the last World Cup that was 4 years ago, there's something like a 75% markup on everything. It's ridiculous.
Well, we decided that was a little too rich for our blood. We'll watch them on TV and have watch parties, and you will too. But she got seats right behind the net, maybe 20 rows up. So we'll have a really good view. End zone seats in soccer are really fantastic, to be honest.
That's pretty cool. I've been up there. Well, I haven't been I played a football game. I played a football game there, but I saw a soccer game when Uruguay played America a few years back in Kansas City. So that was cool.
Yeah, I think Sarah went to Soldier Field to watch a Gold Cup, either final or semifinal.
That's what it was.
Colombia and Chile, maybe. I can't remember who she said it was.
Well, well, they had a big fight. Well, maybe it wasn't that one, but the one I went to, the Uruguayans, they had there was a guy that played, Darwin Nunez, that played at Liverpool. He went out into the stands to fight somebody. No. That was, yeah.
Well, I hope nobody tries to fight me.
Yeah, no, I got to go over here. If y'all want to fight, y'all can do it, but I got to walk. I got to walk over here.
I'm going to get away from y'all.
Well, that was fun, Clay.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, man, always. And thanks for filling in for me a little bit last week where I
glad
could
to
get
do
away.
it. I'm glad you had your time.
That was cool. And Unit, good work as always. Thank you for all of our guests today. Thank you for the listeners calling in, texting in. We have
He's
fun.
going to watch the Dirty Dozen.
We're Dirty Dozen, and I'm going to watch the Champions League. So we'll see y'all tomorrow, and y'all have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, man. Thanks.